Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the RPGeeks. We are here today, and we're going to be playing some Blade Runner. Is it Blade Runner? No, we're looking at Blade Runner 2037. It's just the Blade Runner TTRPG. I didn't prep this introduction. Hello, I'm Emily. I'm one of the RPGeeks. I'm also joined by Fiona Howat.
Hello, my name's Fiona Howat. I'm also one of the RPGeeks, and I am your Fate Weaver or Game Runner for this series. But we'll hand it over to some other people to introduce themselves before I go into my big GM monologue. I'm going to throw it over to Shamini.
I am Shamini, she, her. I am an RP geek, and I'm, for those of you watching, back with my wig game. Yes, we've got the wigs back again. It's been too long. Missed you, wigs. Lowri.
Hello, I am Lowri, she, her. I am not an RP geek, and I knew I should have done some kind of costume, and I didn't. But ho hum, here we are. I'll throw to Tilly.
Hello, I am Tilly. I am an honorary RP geek for this exciting game. Looking forward to running these blades betwixt my hands.
That's what we do, right?
That's me.
It's what we do. We all know all the things about
That's what I've been practicing. Yes, hello, my name is Folarin, pronouns he, him. I do like RPGs and I am a geek, but I've never considered combining the two.
Yes, you have. You've been here before.
Well, there we go. And yes, I too am ready to run those blades. Oof.
Oof.
Oh, Folarin, I think you might have gone onto a different microphone suddenly.
Oh, have I?
Have a look.
Maybe just double check, but I think so.
Oh,
no.
A little bit of tech difficulties. It wouldn't be
everybody.
RPGeeks and Blade Runner without some tech difficulties.
Hacking into the channel.
I still seem to be using the same microphone, but should I move it a little bit closer to my mouth?
Yeah, maybe just a touch. I think that would be good.
Yeah.
Thanks. Anyway, Fiona.
All right, I think with all that, we'll get started. So hello and welcome humans and replicants alike to this, our very first chapter of Blade Runner 2037. They've got some track from the background there. I love that. Blade Runner
Sci-fi
RPG.
noises.
It's very sci-fi, isn't it? It's a sci-fi tabletop role-playing game based on the film franchise of the same name, and it's published by Freely Publishing. Our players here will be taking on the role of Blade Runners, who are employed by Los Angeles Police Department's Rep Detect Unit, who are tasked with investigating replicant activities and related crimes. Now, as always, Blade Runner showcases an evocative world full of conflicts and contrasts. It is a neo-noir wonderland that will take your breath away, one way or another. It dares to ask the hard questions and investigate powers of empathy, the poisons of fear, and asks us here at the table what it truly means to be human in inhumane times. So, of course, there'll be sci-fi action, character drama, corporate intrigue, moral conflict, and of course a little bit of soul searching added to the mix. But it goes without saying that just like the original film franchise, the books, the graphic novels, Blade Runner deals with some dark and mature themes. The stories we tell may be violent, distressing, and may raise issues that would probably challenge some of our personal morals. So there's certainly a lot going on, say, in the real world just now, which may be reflected in the scenarios that we're going to showcase. But just know that we've got our safety tools in effect, we've had our session 0, and we've had a quick check-in before we started this story. But I wanted to give a moment to the viewers out there, the lurkers, the maybe secret replicants amongst you, to have some time. Give yourself permission to step away should you need to. You're more important than the dice we roll or the story we tell here. Now, the other thing to say is before we start, we are using the case file Electric Dreams from the starter set, which I know a couple of people might have seen from some other, not, small time channels. I don't know.
You might have heard of them.
Might have heard of them, whatever. So just to let people know, I have made a few changes to the story to suit our table. But for those who have seen or even played this initial scenario themselves, I'm just going to ask up top not to put any spoilers in the chat. Let's keep the secrets of this case for our Blade Runners to find in the game and not spoiling it. That would be really cool of you. Now, finally, the final thing I'm going to say is what the main game mechanic is, because it's going to cover quite a lot, and also we're learning the system as well, so we might get it wrong. But essentially, whenever a character wants to do something that is considered challenging, I'm going to ask them to do a roll which contains one of their 4 attributes, so strength, agility, intelligence, and empathy, and have a skill associated with it. They're going to roll 2 base dice, which is going to be determined by these chosen attribute and skill, and the result on each die will determine the number of successes that player will get. So a 6 and above is 1 success, and a 10 and above is 2 successes. And more often than not, we only need 1 success to pass the test. There are other ways to get successes, perhaps. Maybe pushing the roll is one that we'll come to if it comes up. But essentially, whatever happens, we'll take it in our stride and we're just going to have fun, because that's what all RPGs are about. So, my players, my wonderful Blade Runners, humans and replicants alike. Shall we get started?
Yes.
Oh, also quickly before we do start,
Yeah.
we should say, look at the art, everybody, or everyone gesture to your art. Fiona, you can gesture just vaguely.
I'm just gesturing to my art, which I've done.
This was done by the incredible Michael. We'll put his link to his website is in the description, but also I'll put his socials on chat. Go tell him how good he is.
Very good. Yeah, we're very appreciative of this amazing art.
It's beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
Let's start with our opening title sequence. So for this, I'm going to start, and then I'm going to throw to each person in turn to describe a moment from this opening title sequence before we begin. Darkness fills our viewscape, and suddenly neon lights start to flicker on one by one as we come across an aerial view of Los Angeles. Suddenly, our view is obscured by a spinner racing past us in air with its lights flashing on its way to some other crime scene that it's going through. The sound it is making as overhead it sort of goes across the sky, leaving a trail behind it as we zoom down into Little Tokyo, the shopping district in Sector 5, home to one of the largest, most popular malls, which is wall-to-wall covered in vending machines. Any food, any drink, any service you might want, you can get here. And you see people coming and like putting their cards against the little thing, getting various bits of items out of these hundreds, if not thousands, of vending machines wall to wall. These sort of neon blue from these fluorescent lights stinging people's eyes as they're just trying to get their food. Let's go to Folarin. Where do we see your character in the opening title sequence?
I think you find Willis standing by a sort of, there's almost a sort of pool of shadow that he is in, created by sort of neon signs projecting light, and he's sort of just in this in-between section with his collar up. He is a sort of an older black gentleman in a sort of leather jacket, smoking voraciously rather, as he's clearly waiting for something. And I think as he sort of stands there, you see various people sort of milling past, vendors, sort of walkers, passerby, who all sort of seem to know him. They all sort of, gesture to him in some way or another, and he sort of gestures back until eventually one sort of shady looking person comes up to him, hands him a parcel. He sort of takes it, walks off, and as he sort of, as he's walking, he just like opens it just a little bit and just notices, or rather we notice that what seems to be inside is just some old car part. And he sort of looks at it, smiles to himself, and then walks off.
As you go, maybe throwing your cigarette into the sort of a pool of water, we see the light of the Wallace headquarters over in Sector 4. This huge, like almost like a giant H, the letter H being constructed slowly but surely as it's going higher and higher, all these other ancient skyscrapers. We see various sort of cranes going up, trying to pull stuff into, making this the new the highest building in all of Los Angeles. You can see as we sort of dive in, them sort of fixing these new huge corridors and vast chasmous like meeting rooms, all filled with this golden light, splashed with this sort of water reflecting on the top. Emily, where do we find your character in our opening title sequence?
You find Fenna in the station. She is by the kitchen filling up a cup of coffee. 2 cups of coffee, in fact. And she sort of picks both up and begins walking down the corridor. She is very tall, slender. She has the sharpest cheekbones you ever did see. Blonde hair that's like fully slicked back, and is wearing this sort of asymmetric black top a single banded choker and leather trousers. And she walks past a couple of detectives, gives a couple of them a wink, and then kicks open a door into an interrogation room. And as the door swings back, you just see her smile and sort of calmly place a coffee cup in front of a faceless individual.
As you sort of put the coffee cup down, and we sort of cut that same motion to somebody else like throwing a coffee cup, getting very cross, as we see the LAPD mainframe and ESPA network, this huge bank of computers and computer screens with various people typing ferociously away, trying to find information on this data file, this person that's gone missing, this network that is sort of, where is any of this rebellion stuff? Where is it coming from? We go to the ESPA network, where it is just all these cameras, all this CCTV flicking in and out, and one person is just scrolling through them, trying to find the image that they need. You see the image reflected in their own eye, going over and over and over. Shamini, where do we find your character in this opening title sequence?
As the eye blinks, it cuts to a close-up of a fist hitting one of those swinging punching bags. And you see Olsen, sort of muscular, heavyset in a white vest, just punching away with these fingerless martial arts gloves. She takes a breath, takes a moment, goes to grab some water from a rucksack on the ground. And then she pulls it out, like a little Polaroid photo, sort of gets yoinked out with the water bottle. And you can see this sort of like jerk reaction as she sort of sees it, picks it up, looks at it, and then stuffs it back down into the bag somewhere and goes back to punching with renewed vigor.
As Olsen is punching with renewed vigor, suddenly it changes into the beat of one of the biggest music venues in this whole sort of, I think it's in Sector 1 is where it is. These big music venues, you hear the thumping bass as someone comes up. We follow these sort of dancers who are just finishing off their dance routine. We can see behind them the smoky sort of beautifully set neon area where people are just dancing like there's no tomorrow, various colors of people's hair. We go back outside, we see there are music booths where people are singing karaoke. We have bars, variety shows happening all around, and of course the underground casino and gambling rings. All of it is here, and we see, looking over it all, some individuals who are just taking some notes in their sort of journal, their sort of a little journal jotter, like overhearing conversations, ready to put it in for the next scoop in a magazine tomorrow. Lowri, where do we find your character in this opening title sequence?
In complete contrast to all that bustling, bright light and life, the camera pushes through just like a glass wall into a dimly lit, very sterile lab, and you see Percy, who's sitting in a high back chair with a white lab coat on, 5'10", slender man, and he's very carefully placing some piece of evidence into this big machine. And then when he's satisfied with the placement, he pushes his chair, slides it across to where there's a viewer, pulls a lever, and then the light comes on out of the viewing screen, and just for a second you see his grey eyes kind of flash red, pushes his glasses up into his hair because he doesn't need them, and then his eyes just dart around, taking in so much information so quickly, so much more quickly than a human could, and he's just completely still and focused in his work.
That sort of slight rushing of the eyes as you're trying to sort of get as much information as possible, it suddenly transforms into the shout and bustle of the street outside. Various tuk-tuks and pedicabs rushing, trying to beat the crowd of people who are just walking everywhere, because everyone knows in Los Angeles now it is better to walk than to get a cab. We go to this metro cab dispatch, where various of phones and lines are converging in one place as one person is answering every single call, giving that information with all these phones literally on stems, going out, maybe 20, 30 of them all attached to this wall. A whole cross of different wires and different voices of different languages and different dialects, all communicating where they need to go and where they need to be. Tilly, where do we find your character in the opening title sequence?
about a block away from the noise of the cabs. There's a tiny little door, and there's just one man selling coffee, and this is where Mel goes for her coffee every day. Mel's around, she looks around 50, but she's a bit older than that, and she's a very unassuming woman, sipping on a black coffee. She doesn't look like someone who's seen the kind of violence she's seen, but there's a Steele underneath her ragged coat that makes you think I wouldn't mess with her. And she's leaning against a wall, sipping a coffee, and there's a newspaper open, and underneath the newspaper is some documents that she's definitely not supposed to have taken out of work. But she's not exactly by the book.
No, absolutely
she's
not.
by the newspaper.
As you are sort of going through these documents, again, drinking your coffee and putting it down, we go to behind you. We sort of use the camera. We move through various streets around the back of where Wallace Corporation is, with various bioengineered back alley stores. We see one gentleman putting up an item that is being scanned to show how much of it is real and not, and arguing, maybe hustling slightly over how much it is actually worth. And along this road, we see Animoid Row, where people sell exotic, maybe not so real animals, from like dogs and cats to all the way to these sort of exotic birds, and maybe a couple of snakes or two, the reptiles as well, which go to some of the local clubs. And as we sort of zoom in on this particular individual's scanner to check if something is real or not, the title sequence finishes with the words Blade Runner 2037, Chapter 1, Electric Dreams. And the neon goes out. Los Angeles, May 2037. Toxic rain is pouring over the city once again, where gigantic buildings dwarf these ancient skyscrapers. We have lights from huge billboards that flash with the different sort of intensities along the street and wipe across crowds of pedestrians as they scurry on their commute to their day jobs, or home if they've just finished their night shifts. Fenner, where do we find you this morning? It's roughly 7 a.m. or so. Where do we find you?
I think at 7 a.m. Fenner is awake. She is getting ready. She is getting dressed. This is a question that I don't know the answer to. Where do replicants live normally? Like in houses? I've never seen Blade Runner.
You have your own space. You are an officer. Every officer in the LAPD has their own, probably uniformed like space. It's not like cozy or anything like that. But
Right.
Yeah, you'll have a space. You're not in a charging port or anything like that. You are better than human, so you get a little bit of better treatment.
I mean, clearly. Her space is very minimal, very simple. And yeah, I think she's just adjusting her choker in the mirror and preparing to get an early start at work.
Your KIA goes off on the dresser beside you, indicating that you've got an email. Fenner seems the sort of person to me that always has their email on, even when they've clocked off, always sort of monitoring, because you want to get ahead a little bit. The notification, you sort of quickly scan it. Again, it's about the size of a small sort of screen or anything like that, with a few sort of like dials on it and stuff. And then you're quickly using the touchscreen. You get the message across that from the department, or from the desk, of Detective Chief Holden, Deputy Chief Holden. There we go. We'll get there eventually. Calling you in for a specific mission, under wraps a little bit. Needs an urgent briefing this morning at 9 a.m. and asks you to recruit 4 of the officers into the briefing. Indicates you get the names, you know of them, or if you're not, they're easy enough to find. But the one that's last on the list, Willis Jefferson. there's a special note about him, which says that he might not come willingly, and so to like really emphasize to him the importance of the case.
Oh, he'll come. All right. She will head straight to wherever Olsen lives.
Okay, where do we find Olsen?
Look, no one wants to live on Earth, so there is plenty of room. So I got a really big, crappy space. Hooray! Lucky me.
She will bang on the door. Olsen, open up.
Oh, it's early, isn't it? No. Okay. No. Right. You hear probably from the outside like some thuds, maybe like around like a slight like yell of someone trying to figure out what's going on. Some more bangs, and then sort of disheveled, haphazard Olsen like flings open the door. Oh.
Hey.
Hey, Fenna. Hi. Hey.
Look, we've got to
Hi.
go, so you need to get ready.
Right. We got to go. You and me, where are we going?
We're going to go get some others. We've got a briefing.
Oh, work stuff. Yeah. Work. Right. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. What do I need? Nothing. I'm ready.
You don't want to fix any of this?
I'm going to. No, I do, obviously. Yeah. One
yeah,
second,
okay.
please.
Well, look,
One
I'll
moment.
go get Percy. You fix your
Ah.
face.
Okay. Slamp the door shut.
I assume Percy lives nearby, so I will also go to
That's
Percy.
convenient. Yeah.
Percy is in work.
Yeah, I think
She'll knock
Percy's
on
already
Percy's door and be like, "You beat me, god damn it." Okay, fine. She'll send a message to Percy being like, "Percival, we've got a briefing at 9. I'm in charge." That's what she will say.
Where do we find Percy in at work? What does it look like?
So there are lots of labs that in the LAPD that Percy works in. He has a tiny little office off one of the labs, which has a tiny little window that overlooks a courtyard. You know, there's nothing nice out there. And his office is just lined with filing cabinets. And he's, at this moment, he's got in early, or maybe he's actually hasn't left potentially, and is writing up some notes on his desk, his back to the window. Yeah, that's where he is. That's actually, if I could describe a little scene of his
Please,
desk, it's
yeah.
very neat, as you might expect. And it's almost like a modern bureau in a way, where it's got like quite a tall back, and in the little cubby are all of his notebooks and files and folders all lined up perfectly. It's all very neat. And then there's one little corner of chaos-ish where he's tacked a filtered LED to the roof of the cubby. And there's a tiny little plant growing in a beaker, like clearly a scientific beaker, just like soil in there. It's got a couple of leaves, and that's just tucked into the corner very subtly, so you wouldn't be able to see it unless you came in like right behind the desk and saw it. And I guess he's got his is it KIA? Is that what we're
AIA, yeah.
referring to them? And that lights up.
Yep.
With Fenna's message.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you sort of see that maybe you're finishing off something, you see it go, and you see the sender being Fenna. Do you have any feelings on that? The sort of final less word of like I'm in charge at all?
Yeah. Mostly that. You know, she is very good at her job.
She's very good at her job.
She does need to be careful. She doesn't push herself too far forward, because we don't want to draw too much unnecessary attention to us.
Yeah. You know what's at stake. You sort of finish off your little bits and pieces, maybe making sure to close the cubby a little bit before you leave your desk. Yeah. Fenna, you are going to go find Mel next, I guess?
Yeah, I'll wait for Olsen to get ready.
Yeah.
Olsen, like,
reappears having put some makeup on and brushed her hair and sort of...
Oh, okay. I suppose I didn't give you very much time. Right. We need to get Mel.
Great. Love it. Let's go.
Where do we find Mel today, Tilly? Where do we see them?
Mel is in her office, and there's not a single shred of floor space in this room. It's just wall-to-wall papers, books, newspapers. It's not dirty or unclean, other than lots of cigarette butts. But if you asked her to find where something is, she would know where it is. But it's not the most hospitable of rooms.
Would you say, Mel, that you've maybe slept in this room once or twice?
Oh! Perish the thought. That's strictly forbidden by the
Yes.
handbook. Not allowed to speak of work.
No. But maybe last night. Big case.
And the night before.
And the night
Big
before.
case.
Yeah.
And I got my chocolates, my favorite chocolates.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
My
Can I just
secret
check? Is Mel a
chocolates in my
sergeant?
desk.
Sergeant, yeah.
Yeah.
Fenn will
Big
knock on the
cheese.
door.
Yeah. Come on in.
Sergeant, hi. I've been instructed to collect you.
What's going on? Someone on fire?
Oh, no, there's just a briefing
You
at
need
9.
to call the fire department if someone's on fire, Fenn.
Oh, it's a good joke. Good joke, Mel. No.
You haven't heard that one before, have you?
I
I'm
haven't.
just torturing you. I'm just torturing you. What's going on? What's going on?
I enjoyed it. You can torture me as much as you want, Mel. We've got a briefing at 9.
Sure. I'm all across it. Let's go.
We also have to get Sergeant Willis. What's your last name? Sorry.
It's Jefferson.
We also have to get Sergeant Jefferson.
Oh, Mr. Jefferson. Wow.
Yeah,
He might be more inclined to see your face than mine. I mean, we're not exactly best buds.
I mean, that's what I'm built for, right? So, okay, yeah.
Sure. You go fulfill your biological destiny, and I'll go and get some coffee from the canteen.
Okay.
And I'll meet you there.
All
I
right,
don't know where I'm from. I've crossed about 50 state lines.
Hey,
since
I think I'm just, generic accent.
I should have started with generic. Now I don't know where I'm from.
Also, if you see Percy, I think he's already in work, so we need him too.
Sure. Percy and work.
Good joke again, Sarge.
And that's me saying that.
Right. Okay, well, thank you for your time, Sergeant.
And I'll just trundle down to wherever this...
Yeah, you take your time. You know that you can keep Deputy Chief Holden waiting. He has to wait for you, because well, was it 1 week, 2 weeks time you're retiring? Have I got that right? And, it's all that said, oh, well, I've got a lot of power here. You're going to eke out as much of that privilege until it finally goes. So, yeah, you take your time, you go get your coffees, and probably get many coffees for other people as well. You don't know. You might have passed with Olsen before. Percy, obviously, and Fenner. But yeah, Jefferson. I think that name, you just go, fine. What's one more case with him?
Everyone's got to have a work nemesis. It keeps you on your toes,
Yeah, nemesis, enemy,
Makes
frenemy.
life worth living.
Yeah. Fenner.
Yeah.
You get a ping. It's easy enough to find where Jefferson is. Jefferson, where do we find you, Willis? Where do we find you on your day off?
On Willis's day off, he is at home. But I think if you approach his front door, you would get the impression that he's not in, and it's only when you sort of look round to the side and you look at the garage, which is like not completely, but sort of slightly open, and you start to listen out for the sounds of sort of wrenching and sort of rolling and moving and even a little bit of welding, I think it will become quite quickly apparent that he is underneath a cherry red 1976 Chevrolet Camaro.
Wow.
He is tinkering, as is his wont on his day off.
Are you on one of the skateboards?
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
100%.
Yeah, you definitely hear, Jefferson, the sounds of a spinner descending down quite close to your garage. So it's almost like an inner sigh as you probably see feet come next to you.
Yeah, pretty tall but chunky boots. And she will just grab your feet and pull you out and just stand above you. Sergeant Jefferson.
It's my day off.
I know. You've been called in.
That's very nice for whoever made the call, but it's my day off. Thank you very much.
Okay.
And he's going to like push himself against you and go back underneath the car.
She will crawl under the car and sort of lie next to him. I'm not going to be able to go back without you. So how do you want to do this?
Well, for one thing, you could make yourself useful. Pass me that wrench.
She'll pass it.
He starts sort of working at the thing, and he goes, so what exactly is this that it's so important you had to disturb me on my day off?
It was from, please remind me, Fate Weaver, because I didn't write it down.
It's all good. Deputy Chief Holden, who you will know, Jefferson, being someone that was probably on the same force as you, same department as you, or at least passing. He started off by being a Blade Runner himself. He was shot roughly about 17 years ago by a sort of replicant Nexus 6 called Leonard Kowalski. He did survive, but was severely injured by it. I think now he has like synthetic lungs as a result. So you know of him, he sort of wheezes his way across things. So people hold him in high reverie. And as a result, because he couldn't go out on the beat as such, he's now been working his way up through the admin ranks until he's got to the part of Deputy Chief. Nice enough guy, like gets stuff done, but like he, you know this from being on the force so long. When a case comes in, it is the top brass at the top of the pyramid and other vested interests. When they take an interest in a case, that pressure is on. You get this distinct feeling that there may be more eyes on this, just if you've been called in on your day off.
Look, it's Holden, so...
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Iron Lung wants me.
Iron Lung?
Okay. You know what? I wouldn't mind him owing me a favor, so sure. Give me half an hour.
Call it 20 and I'll do you a favor as well?
I'm all right. Thank you.
She pushes herself out from under the car, very annoyed.
I do like the fact that you're working on your car at like 8 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah.
That.
Just for full context,
Yeah.
this man sleeps like maybe 4 hours a night. And also was originally going to have an LA accent, but for some reason, when I open my mouth, that's what happened. That's what it sounds like now.
You've woke up on the wrong side of the bed, clearly, Jeff.
Yeah, well, exactly. So just in case my accent shifts over the course of this game, that's why.
That's
Yeah,
why.
you've woken up properly.
Everyone, I think Fenner, as you like come back to the spinner, like Olsen, like slightly nervously, like sticks head out, like, how'd it go?
Yeah, he's on his way. He's just getting ready. We'll just have to wait a little bit.
Cool. Okay. Yeah.
Something funny?
No, I am just happy about another lovely day on the hellhole that is Earth. The sun isn't shining. The clouds aren't not raining ever. It's just, isn't it lovely?
And with that, Emily disappears. So fantastic.
What
gone.
Yeah,
And I'm
who
back.
knows? We'll
Right.
do a
Oh,
second.
right, there we go.
That was quite good.
Do a
What's fun
real
is I think
one.
I just froze for the stream, but I was still
Yeah.
there. So
That's incredible. Yeah, you froze on our end, which is quite
Yeah,
fun. But
so-
yeah, it's all good.
Such rejection.
Yeah, you just noped out of that.
Fenner
conversation.
ignores you. Yeah.
Cool. Cool.
So as you are waiting for Jefferson, who eventually does come and obviously is dressed, and you go off into the spinner, I think, Mel, as you're sort of getting towards the canteen and maybe on your way to Holden's office, you probably bump into Percy at this point. I'll let you guys have a moment or two before you go into the office.
Oh, Sarge, I was
Hey,
hoping
buddy.
I'd catch you beforehand. Yeah, I have been working on the Crowfoot cold case, so I cross-referenced the fingerprints that we found in the case that Fenner brought in a couple of weeks ago. And the interesting thing is there are actually 11 sets of fingerprints. How could that be, I hear you ask? Oh, also, I did try that coffee place that you mentioned. Yeah, it's very hot, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I always ask him to make it extra hot.
Oh,
I
is
that
that why
to,
I did
to
mention your
change
name?
the machine they were using because it was barely. I like to scald my tongue every morning. If I don't scald my tongue, I'm not waking up. You know.
Yes, it's funny. I actually looked up the optimum temperature for coffee. It is about 85 to 95 degrees.
Listen, British, we gotta go to work, okay?
Yes,
We
ma'am.
gotta get there. I
We'll
got
open the door
two
for
more
you.
weeks of us, dynamic duo, Percy. We gotta go. We gotta go. Come on.
The door opens, and as you two file in, you can see Deputy Chief Holden. And as you start to sit down at that point, the spinner has already landed. You're back at the LAPD, and Fenner, Olsen, and Jefferson Willis also come into the office as well. And he will sort of, it's about mid-50s, sort of like hair a little bit back himself, and he sort of goes, sit down. And he sort of like gets himself back a little bit. And on his desk, you can all see, and this is where we're going to have our fun little handout moment. So Emily, get ready. I know. Handout number 2, if I may. You see there is a newspaper, which I am also going to drop into the chat when I can find it. Where has it gone? Yes. Handout B and send. And you can see it's open to this particular front page. You can see a claim with the headline, Nexus 9 replicant launch a resounding success. And all of you will be aware that roughly about a year ago, Nexus 9s, the models that are both Percy and Fenner, were approved for usage in quite a lot of the workforce in LA, and basically repealing the UN resolution which prohibited Nexus models because Wallace Corporation indicated that they were safe to use and were perfectly able to work in the public. You can see he sort of like messes around with this newspaper and goes, we have a urgent situation, friends. We had last night there was a shooting in Sector 1. There's a little sordid place called the Snake Pit on Nightclub Row. 2 Nexus 9 Blade Runner models were there, serial numbers LH3-7.93 and SN9-1.48. Code names Leia and Sandor. And as he pauses there and looks to you all, goes, I know 1 or 2 of you might have worked with either Sandor or Leia in the past. Anyway, thoughts and prayers. He takes a bit of a drink. Anyway, Sandor was shot dead at the scene. Leia is now missing. We have no idea where she is. And he goes and he pulls out a folder, and in it he takes out 2 handouts, 2 data files, which again I will put in chat, and for Emily's benefit, it is handouts C and D. So feel free to put them up when you would like to do so.
Oh, together.
You can do if you like.
Oh, we shouldn't have done that. That's annoying. Oh well.
So we're learning new things on this particular.
Well, what's the point of studio mode if you're just going to change it before I click the button?
It's always good.
There we go.
So yeah, everyone sees these sort of data profiles on these Nexus models, and you see in them pictures. You have Leia, who looks to be sort of femme presenting, short brownish hair, roughly in her 20s. Then you have Sandor, a little bit older, maybe in his 30s, with a sort of swept back hair. Each of these data files, they give sort of the address of where they last known location, or their home address. And usually their physical aspect, which is usually ranked between A and D, as all of you are. Leah and Sandor, they went to the Snake Pit. There was some suspected Nexus 8 activity, but we don't know what triggered the shooting. According to local law enforcement at the scene, witnesses say there was some, human supremacists, some jerks at the Snake Pit.
Fuck no.
We don't know if it had anything to do with it. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. We just don't know. I guess we'll read all about it tomorrow in that tabloid Kill. I'm putting you 5 on this case, and you need to figure it out, and you got to figure it out fast. I have the top brass breathing down my neck on this, and he taps the newspaper at this point. You know that we're coming up to being a year since Nexus 9 replicants were approved for use here on Earth, and let's just say this mistrust against the reps is running quite high. If someone is out there killing and kidnapping Nexus 9s, well, we need to find them out and stop them. And on that, he takes another big drink at this point. It is 9 a.m. in the morning. Wallace Corporation is pushing us hard on this. Their business depends on this new breed of replicants, and anything that jeopardizes it would be a major blow to their bottom line. They're letting us run this investigation, but they have offered their assistance. Their QR manager, Quell, will be expecting you at the Wallace Corp headquarters to tell you more about Leah, maybe Sandor. Play nice with them. And looks directly at Willis at this point. I mean, you can play this however you want. You can go talk to the club. You can go investigate bodies. I don't care, as long as you find out who did it and fast. And maybe we can regain some of the assets if they're lost. I'm putting the whole of the rep detect resources at your disposal here. You can do anything you want, but I need results. Hopefully by the end of the day. Capiche?
Understood. Now, first of all, I'd like it to be clear that I only ever play nice with people. Second of all, I think it's worth mentioning, I appreciate this is a politically sensitive situation, but is it prudent to have me and Mel working on the same case? I mean, we're both senior officers. Who's taking charge on this one?
Well, I'd hope you both be big adults about it and choose between yourselves. Plenty of places to cover. Maybe you want to do a sub-team leader thing. I don't need to tell you how to do your job, Jefferson.
You certainly don't, boss.
Wink.
Okay.
Listen, Willis, I'm out of here in 2 weeks, so it's no skin off my nose what you want to do. I want Fenna.
Oh.
Don't we all?
Fenna is
appropriate.
sort of
I have a
half
girlfriend.
listening. But Fenna seems a bit distracted.
You want to take point, Willis? You run the op. I'd love to see how you managed to run this operation without losing your goddamn mind.
I have no intention of losing my mind as long as you don't lose yours. I just wanted to make sure that we established operational hierarchy.
Absolutely. You take
right.
point. I'm happy to be a passenger on this one.
All right, cool. I'll take point then.
Well, could you take point outside of my office, please?
Sure. Well, get out of your hair. Sorry, boss.
Well, I'm here if you need
I
me.
sound like I'm in Bugsy Malone.
That's
It's
my
so
line.
funny. I was like, my character's gonna be so cool, and I sound like Fat Sam.
Sam's
in a
Grand Slam.
Grand Slam.
This is a musical, though, right? That's why I said
Yeah, just
It
you
better
wait.
be.
Yes. I can't wait for the finale. Ooh,
I think all of us had grand plans for what our characters were going to sound like, and unfortunately, this is what's happened.
Hey,
That's
look,
worked out.
Lowri very smartly has been British. And
Lowri had no choice.
No, it's how they made the model, you know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh,
They're
wait,
just
I'm
like,
a 9 as
well,
well. Hang on.
I think they absolutely were like, oh, it's going to be disarming if she has a British
Yeah.
accent. Yeah.
absolutely. So to zoom out a little bit
Intelligent.
here after a meeting. So there are several locations that you can go to in this case. You all don't need to be at all. You don't have to be all at one of them. You can split up the team. What I will say though is I will check in and be like, where are people going? Everyone can go to, at least one person at every location can happen. You could team up to be 2s and 3s, doesn't matter. But what I need to know is, where are you going before we go? So we lock in where you go. Because if something happens at one location, you're like, oh no, we need to change it. It's too late. You've already gone to the other location.
Ooh.
But to help with this, your KIAs will be able to communicate with each other and be able to give some help. If there's a problem in a scene, maybe you're able to assist in some way by finding some information, by communicating that across and sending it across. So you're never out of touch with the other people. But if you're about to go somewhere and you're like, oh, I don't want to go there because something bad is about to happen, it's kind of like you've already chosen where you're going to go. So that's the only thing I'm going to say to you on that front. But Holden ushers you out of the office and the door shuts. And what I will say is that he is going to remain at the LAPD. So if you ever need quest help, he will be able to give it. But if you do use it, it's almost like, when you ask for help in an escape room, and that you will lose some time and maybe some promotion points if you need it. But you guys are smart Blade Runners. I don't think you'll have a problem with working out this case.
Little side lore drop very quickly. Me and Shamini once did an escape room where it was very easy, where the guy was so keen to give us hints that he kept coming in over the tannoy and being like, I could give you a hint for that, while we were in the middle of solving things. And we were like, no, we're fine, thank you. And then he came into the room alone to just chat to us. And we
Emily
were
and I were also doing the escape room in character.
yeah, we were trying to
Because
role
we're
play the whole
nerds,
thing. Yeah.
and he wanted to chat and be friends with us. We were like,
Oh,
Hey, if you're
bless.
watching, we had a lovely time, but you were hilarious.
Well, don't worry, I will not be
Right.
doing that. I will not be coming in as quest help to be like, do you need a hint? I'll just wait here in my office drinking my bourbon, so it's all fine.
I'd like to go see Sanders' body.
Percy, you got to do your We got to go to the crime scene and look at the tiny
Well,
things.
yes,
You look at small things
absolutely.
for
There's
little details, little things that are so small you have to look at a microscope. Take your microscope.
it's a bit big, but I will bring the things so that I can collect evidence, which is the protocol, as you know, Olsen. Of course, the only place I could be is the scene of the crime.
I think that's appropriate. But speaking of protocol, Fenna, you seem shaken.
I'm fine. It's just
Yeah.
people out for nexuses, you know?
Yeah, and one of them's missing. She's probably been kidnapped by some horrible supremacist. This is an urgent situation. Who isn't freaking out right now?
Percy,
Sure.
can I talk to you?
Of course, Hannah.
I'll pull Percy to the side.
Yeah, there's there's small glass cubicle rooms, so you can go into the room, but everyone's watching you as you go in.
Have you heard from Leah recently?
I mean, you know as well as I do that Leah is gone. I have heard from her body, however, she seemed, as protocol dictates.
Just her memory, it wasn't what it was. So what if she just wandered off? What if she's not gone?
Sorry, do you mean since?
She'd been struggling. Her chip, it wasn't
Yes.
right.
I know, and that's why I have forgotten the word. What happens? Where do you get sent?
So you know,
So I don't know
Percy,
this.
you know, Percy, that Leah got resent for recalibration about 12 days ago.
Oh.
And it's very clear that Leah doesn't know this in the moment.
Okay.
Percy, what are you talking about?
Leah, you don't know?
No one tells me that kind of thing. Has she been...
She went for recalibration. He will make sure that, like, his mouth can't be seen by anyone, because it's a
Very good
huge
call.
deal.
Yeah.
She was recalibrated 12
Why?
days ago. Because her memory, I assume.
She was fine.
Was she? She was compromised.
If she's the reason that Sandor...
I mean, she was fresh. She came back a new person. That she can't possibly have brought anything with her from before the recalibration. It can't have anything to do with that.
Yeah,
Okay, I said it, and then immediately I realized that actually Occam's razor tells us that it probably has got something to do with that. So,
Okay, Percy, I know we've not really done a lot together, but you don't let me get recalibrated, you don't get recalibrated, okay?
I have absolutely no intention of being recalibrated.
Good. I've got your back.
I've got your back.
Whilst this conversation is happening,
Yeah.
I think Jefferson just takes Mel to one side and just like gestures, just kind of with his and absolutely does not grab you, does not grab Olsen, grabs Mel.
Do you need okay, I'll stay.
No,
No,
fine.
we're good. We're good.
But just kind of like gestures, doesn't like point a finger, but just kind of gestures over at Fenner and Percy and just goes, and that doesn't worry you? Not even a little bit.
No robot business, tubes and whatnot.
Tubes and whatnot, but what if
Tubes
their
and
robot
whatnot.
business is about, I don't know, killing
Look,
us all
you
in
know
our sleep?
me. You know me, Willis. I don't get involved in the politics. I show up and I do my job.
Mel, the politics is one thing, but this isn't about politics. This is about survival.
You think there's something else going on?
Of course, there's something else going on. There's always something else going on.
Well, you're running point. If you want him to come back in, you just gotta, give him the old. Give him one of those.
Yeah, sure. I don't want to tip my hand. I want you to take them to the scene of the crime. I want you to watch both of them, but I want you to watch Fenna in particular. She's not telling us something. You can handle that?
You think Fenna's gone?
I have no idea what goes on inside their heads. I don't even know if they got heads like ours. I just want you to watch what she does, what she says, what she doesn't say. I'll take Olsen.
Sure.
We'll go talk to the QR.
You're the boss.
Every time you say that, I feel like I can hear your derision.
Hey, I respect you as a cop, Willis. I don't gotta like you, but you're good at what you do.
You know what? You're right. We don't gotta like each other, but I do respect you. So just
2 weeks left. And then I don't know, I gotta take pottery classes with Carol or something. I don't know what she wants to do.
I heard
It's gonna be a living nightmare. I know that
knitting.
much.
Knitting's the
Anyway,
one.
let me get these robo girls out to the crime scene. People,
Yeah,
sorry.
you really
Percy's
do
a
have a way with
robo boy.
words.
Robo people of
Robo
different genders.
of different genders. Yeah. We live in a new time, new age.
We live in a
All
new
right.
time. They can't just be robo girls. They gotta be robo.
No. Well,
Robo people of different genders. That's the guidance in the handbook. That's what it
because
says.
they used to be robo girls, but then woke, got in the way. And he said, hey,
It's
this is robo
2037 now.
They
That's
got-
11 years away.
Olsen, what are you doing at this point? You've been like Fenner and Percy have gone off one side, and then Jefferson and Fletcher have gone off to the other, leaving you sort of like in the middle. Is there anything you're thinking about or doing before they come around to pick you back up?
Like, obviously, this is a very alternate timeline, the far-flung future of 2037. I am on my device. My KIA, the little, what is it, knowledge integration assistant. And Olsen goes to the chat like message log and scrolls quite far until a message comes up where there's no name on it. It is just the number. And opens it, and you see that the last message there was from over 6 months ago. And I know this is stupid, but I am just gonna try and call her just in case she answers.
Okay.
Maybe if it's me, she'll answer. Maybe she's fine.
You press on the touch screen, and it sort of connects. It has that sort of number. It does say suggested name, as all these KIs seem to do, and it says Lear.
Delete that.
It goes to voicemail.
Yeah.
Hi, you've reached Leia. If you need to get me, so leave a message.
Kind of hang up as quick as possible. Yeah. Obviously, didn't think it was going to work, but I knew it was going to work.
You knew it wasn't going to work. Yeah. I mean, you remember the final fight you had with her. How she was... You said things, she said things. The word crazy, deluded, got bandied around a lot. And then she left. But it's fine. Like, that was 6 months ago. You're doing all right. You know.
I'm doing great. And I'm going to find her. Because, you know, hopefully she's okay. I think she's going to be fine. I think everything's going to be fine. Got a great team. I just like look at my team.
You're completely empty. Yeah, absolutely. So, team. It sounds like we've got some ideas of where we would like to go. It sounded like there was a mixture of like wanting to go to see the body. There was a mixture of going to go to the scene of the crime. What are we thinking? Where are we splitting our party, our group?
I will say I think Willis wants to go and speak to, because you mentioned the QR person, Quell.
Well, yes, Wallace.
So I think, so I think he wants to start there. So in my mind, he's literally just going to start walking and just go, Olsen, with me, and just like walk off.
All right, so 2 people off to Wallace Corp to have a little chat with Quell, who's asked to have a meeting. Fair enough. What about the other 3? I think there were suggestions of like taking them to the crime scene, but of course you don't have to listen to your superior. What are we thinking?
We better stay on Wallace's good side. Not Wallace, Willis. Very similar.
A bit similar. That could get confusing, but
You know what? In retrospect, it was a bad idea for a name.
I really like the idea that Mel actually does say Wallace, and Percy's like, Willis.
Yeah, Willis.
And Wallace, really, as well. It's good to be on their good side, too, so.
Good thinking, Benna. That's why I like working cases with you. You got a lot of common sense.
Thanks.
I often forget you're a robo girl.
Oh, I'm just thank you. I am one of those, but you know, advanced models,
I think
so.
Percy twitches a little at that, because to him, Fenna is so obviously a robo girl, and that's something he kind of has issue with. He's like, his idol saying that. It's like, okay.
Mel, I'd really like to see Sandor, see what they did to him.
Sure. Just to check, because my earphones cut out.
That's okay.
Sandor is he at the crime scene? Or...
Oh yeah.
Sandor, his body is here at the RIT crime lab, essentially, which Percy won't have been in, but will know about it. What
Is
I will
that
say,
where Willis is going?
Willis is going to Wallace Corp. So there was
Oh,
in
okay,
the
yeah, yeah.
briefing, there was Quell had requested a meeting to
Yes,
sort of
yes,
share
okay.
help stuff.
Oh,
What I will say is that you could do one or the other. You could go see the body, or you can go to the crime scene, but that will be the unit of time. You know, I was saying before about the shift, essentially. But either of them are good options. You could also split up this team so that one person goes to the crime scene and you and someone else goes to see the body as well. That's the other thing to think about. You can split up all your resources.
Sarge, I'd really like to go see Sandor.
sure. Listen, you cool flying solo?
Of course.
You'll call me if anything happens, right, Fenna?
Of course I will, Sarge.
I can trust you?
I've got you on speed dial.
All right, British with me.
Great. I can actually show you this new portable test kit. that
Good
we
luck,
use.
Sarge.
Don't make
And
me
just
regret
trails
it.
off.
All right, so we're splitting the party 3 ways. We've got Sandor with Fenna, we've got Mel and Percy going to the snake pit, the crime scene, and we've got Jefferson, Willis, and Olsen going to see Wallace. Ooh, I'm going to roll a die and see where we go.
Before we cement this,
Mm.
I do want to really quickly make sure, Shamini, this is Folarin speaking to you, not it's not Willis.
He sounds so similar though.
Yeah.
Oh my
How
gosh,
do you
we sound
tell
exactly the same.
the
Oh no. I just said that you're with me and gave
Did?
you, the player,
And
no chance
I
to
liked
make
it
a
so
decision.
much. I almost messaged you being like, "Thank you, you're great, love this." But we're playing a game, so I did.
Great.
Great. Okay, good.
Hey, this is what we do. We check in real time, friends. That's how it works. I love it. We've got to break the emotion sometimes. It's all good. All right, I'm going to roll a die. 1, 2 is Sandor. 3, 4 is Wallace. 5, 6 is the snake pit. Ooh. My phone is going off. The actual deputy is actually ringing me. I was like, oh, I'd put that on silent. That's Jacob getting through. He's like, hey, I hear you're doing Blade Runner. I'm like, shut up.
Right now? Wow.
Oh, thanks, buddy. We're going to go to the crime lab downstairs with Sandor's body. So, Fenna, you make your way down. I don't think you've been to the RIT crime lab before, but you know that often you just call up like the mainframe to get autopsy reports, but this time you feel strongly that you would like to go in person. And when you get there, you enter the lab and you see the director there, a gentleman named Coco. His, if you wish, Emily, his mugshot is also available. I can't remember what number it is, but you should say Coco on the side of the picture. Take a moment. Yeah,
you keep going.
I will. He's and he's like he's in the middle, like he's clearly like finishing up, so he's washing his hands a little bit. A bold man, looking in his like early 30s or so, and notably in his he's got a very small, cramped office, like many people do at the LAPD. But as you go past, you instantly see that on his desk is a cat, a sort of like that sort of curls up around and in a basket, sort of like purring away. And on a little tabard, a little like name plaque, it's on the door. It says Coco, and then underneath on a sticky note it says "and biscuits."
Oh.
Oh, hi. Sorry, I wasn't expecting visitors. How can I help?
Hi, I'm here to see S9148.
Ah, yes, the skin job that came in. Yep, sure. And he sort of goes and he sort of pulls out the sort of tray from the wall, or the metal wall.
While he does that, I do go over to the cat and give it a little scratch behind the ears.
You can tell that this cat, again, as it looks at you, the little red light shines behind its eyes. It is an Animord. Animaloid. Sorry.
I'm just
so
going to
not a
let my
real cat.
eyes flash a little bit at the cat as well.
It takes a
Tickle
moment
under the
and it does a long blink at you to indicate that it is pleased with you. Sorry, I got very distracted by playing a cat. So yeah, the morgue here. It's very cold, but your breath doesn't steam up as you sort of enter in. You see Coco has pulled out the tray and suddenly looks at you and sort of uncovers this body of Sandal, which you recognize to be as the picture in the data file shows.
Oh.
Yeah. Pretty bad news. But we've haven't sent up the autopsy report yet. So
Well, what happened?
well, yeah, and he sort of points to the chest, and you can see, although it's covered a little bit, there's a little bit of a blood stain. He says, "Well, massive hole to the chest. That kind of does it. Probably shot point blank, even with probably a gun, obviously, but something of large caliber. Couldn't find the bullet though, so no lead on that. But probably was instant."
He wouldn't have felt anything anyway.
No, of course they're not. The skin jobs, so. And then takes a moment and then goes, sorry. Yes, probably wouldn't have felt anything.
Could you give me a moment, please?
We'll do our first roll of the game.
Mm.
We're going to do an empathy manipulation check.
Great.
That's all right. So
I've got a D12 in both.
Great.
Lots
So
of
roll those
hats.
D12s and tell me what numbers you get on both. And we'll tell you how many successes you get.
I got a 9 and an 11.
Oh, that's 3 successes.
Oh.
So the way you say that sort of stuff, you're like, I just need a moment. Coco goes, sure, yeah, no worries. I've got loads of other things to get on with. I've got a big pile of jobs to do. So just let me know when you're done. And he just shoots out to his office and closes the door, leaving you alone with Sandal.
She will walk up very close and put her hand sort of on his sort of shoulder. I'm sorry I didn't get in contact with you. Does he feel cold or just freezing?
It just feels cold. Yeah, like clearly not alive.
She'll feel her own temperature.
The same.
She stands there for quite a while, just sort of staring into his face. And then she goes, probably for the best. And then we'll just sort of start looking at the wound and see if there's anything strange about it, anything that she can figure out that the doctor couldn't. I don't know. I doubt it, but she'll have a check. Just
Yeah,
in
tell you
case.
what, why don't you make a medical aid check? So that's intelligence plus your medical aid. So same thing. Get your 2 base dice, roll them, and tell me what you get on both of them.
D10 and a D6, so it's not
Okay.
her best.
No.
A 1 and a 3.
1 and 3, so no successes currently. Now, this is where I'm going to introduce the other mechanic. You can always push the roll for this. So you can re-roll any die that doesn't show a 1 and see if you get any more successes. However, any dice that shows a 1 at the end, you will take a point of either damage or stress. In this case, it will be stress as you're trying to work out, see if you can find anything for it. But that is an option you can take if you wish to get successes.
You know what? She is already getting a bit stressed, so she is actually going to push. I'm going to push the D. The D6 was a 1, so I'll re-roll the D10.
Yeah, do it.
And that's a 9.
9, so that's 1 success. All right, mark a damage to your resolve, please. You're sort of stressing. So yes,
I don't have a lot of resolve, do I? Whoops.
Nope.
Just looked at
I
that number.
wasn't going to mention that, but yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So yes, so you take a moment, and this is where you maybe spend the rest of your shift looking through things, thinking about, and it's very clear that, yes, the doctor, Coco, is right, the medical examiner, he was shot point blank with clearly some sort of large caliber weapon. And what worries you is that there's no bullet. Maybe if you can find the bullet, maybe you can trace it to what type of gun it has. That can narrow it down a little bit. Because technically guns can be linked. There's a black market that happens in Sector 1. I think Hawker's Circle is what it's called. So there are definitely ways you can find stuff out. But I think what's stopping you is that phrase you said, I should have called, but maybe it's best we left it. What is it about Sandor's face and looking at him that strikes you, Fenna? Like when you look at it?
When she sees Sandor's face, it sends her back into a memory. Only from a few weeks ago. She was at a party in a sort of very fancy area of town, the fashion district, penthouse, looking out. She was there sort of on the job, surveying, keeping an eye on people, doing what she does, which is show up, look good, and get people to do things for her. And she saw Sandor for the first time and started talking to him. And I was going to say it felt different, but actually she just felt something for the first time ever. And looking back at his face now, unmoving and cold, there's still something there, but she is now actively forcing it down.
And you spend the rest of your shift until at a point you realize that you maybe should.
Also, I will say I'll send the others the information about the bullet in particular to look.
So this is the next thing I was going to say, is that I'll often ask you whether you upload evidence to your KIA and sending it to the other people and stuff. If you choose not to do it, that's fine, but there'll be consequences if you don't, because obviously you're under. Yeah,
she'll take a picture of the wound. She'll also take a picture of his face. Just to sort of show that it was him, and also to have a picture of his face. And take a picture of the wound, and then she will mention and sort of send a message and be like, look, there was no bullet. So particularly to Mel and Percy, whether they can find something at the crime scene that matches.
Amazing. Perfect. And that message shoots off. And let's go to the crime scene then, for our next stop, the snake pit, shall we? So, let me find my notes. Now, I don't wish to assume that Mel or Percy have ever been to the snake pit. Maybe they're frequent purveyors of this place. It's something that you would well know about. Certainly from Mel's perspective, because back about 17 years ago, roughly around the time that Holden got shot and the murder of Eldon Tyrell, one of their performers was actually retired on the street. One of the performers from the snake pit, essentially, who was revealed to be a Nexus 6 fugitive. You were sort of talking about this as you sort of going and landing your spinner into this this nightclub row. And the thing you'll know, both of you, is that the snake pit, after this disaster of one of the performers being murdered in plain sight on the street, is that the owner, Taffy Lewis, who also has a mugshot, if you'd like to show that, Emily, at some point. No rush now, no rush now. He spun it, this sort of like infamous incident, into publicity, to turning his sultry club into a sensation. And as you sort of arrive, quite early in this afternoon now, cordoned off with sort of police holotape and whatnot, various people looking in, trying to get it. Like, it is clearly the night after the club has closed, but you can see, like, on the ground there's flyers, there is definitely cigarette butts where people have like stood in the smoking area, horrible vape cartridges and all that sort of thing. That it is a happening place to be. And as the two of you sort of land and get out, the other police officers see you there, sort of like usher you to go in. And at the front of this club, at the front of us, you see Taffy Lewis, a sort of mid-40s man, balding, like white hair around him, a bit short, and he's just sort of like looking impatient. And like the officers are trying to calm him down. One person turns to you, Mel, goes, Sarge, we're having a bit of a situation here. The owner would like to know if we're able to buzz off. Essentially, he wants to reopen the club ASAP.
Another businessman with more interest in his wallet than the corpses in his path.
Indeed.
What a novelty in LA. Am I right?
Indeed, Sarge. it's they're still cleaning up in there, but he seems quite adamant, like he's losing out on business. It's a 24-hour
Sorry,
club.
did you say cleaning up? They're not cleaning up the crime scene, right?
No, we were waiting for yourself
Okay,
to go and clean in. So
Sorry.
yes,
Can't-
but he's
Can't we
he's clean
just
today.
can't we just put him in a lockup or something? For a couple
The
of
owner?
hours? Yeah.
I mean, that's your decision, Mom. I'll be honest.
Has he got an office? What has happened to this force?
And-
Time was, if somebody was causing a ruckus, you take them by the scruff of the neck and you lock them up in their own office. Do I gotta spell everything? I seriously worry about you guys once I retire.
Oh, I think we've moved on a little bit since just locking up random, also victims of a crime, perhaps, in lockups and stuff.
Things were simpler in my day. That's all I'm gonna say.
Of course, Mom. And we're looking forward to a retirement party.
Oh,
yeah.
it'll be killer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Carol's gonna sing.
Great. This officer has no idea who any of these people are, and is just sort of agreeing with you.
That's
to get
fine.
through. But Taffy Lewis is sort of like looking across, and he sort of spies you, Mel, to and sort of starts to come over to you. But just Percy, are you gonna try and find out more about the crime scene, or are you gonna wait for Mel?
I will look for permission from Mel. to
British,
go.
you go. I'll
Yes.
deal with this chump. You go get some notes, get things written down.
Good plan. Good use of resources, ma'am. We'll
Yes,
scurry
indeed.
off.
All right. I won't be long.
Yeah.
Yes, can I help you, Mr. Taffy? I'm
Yeah.
afraid I have some police work to do.
Yes.
I'm not too
no.
concerned with the nightclub business myself.
Well, it's quite. We're losing money every day. Every minute we're not open. You know, the girls at the back, they want to dance, and well, we got to get it open.
Yeah, I want to sing, but I wasn't gifted with the voice of an angel. That's my wife. That's what. Well, she's not my wife yet, but she will be. That's my wife. She sings.
Right. I did ask.
It's gonna outweird this guy, basically.
You're gonna outwit this guy. Okay. What are you trying to get from this person? Are you trying to let him get him to open up? He looks like he's very closed off, and it's clearly not been helpful so far because he wants his business open. So what are you trying to do? Do you think?
She's gonna be personable with him. She's not gonna be rude. So I'm just gonna engage him in some light convo initially. Do you have a family, Mr. Taffy?
No, I'm on my third wife. She's
Third time's the charm, so they say.
Yeah. But well,
Your business is your life. Your business is important to you. I can relate to that. My job's very important to me too.
I would love for you, Mel, to roll for me an empathy. Let's go insight check for me, please.
Yeah. What do I need?
So see what your empathy is, what your base die is, and
Yes.
that, and then your insight die as well.
Don't think it's amazing, but let me check.
Well, you can have an argument for something else, perhaps, maybe manipulation, or observation, or something like that. Whatever you're thinking.
My observation is class. So if
Well, why
I
don't we
could
do that?
observe him.
Yeah, try empathy and observation. We can, again, this is the thing, you can combine different attributes and skills. So yeah, do empathy observation and let me know what you get on each die.
So observation AD1, what does that mean?
So it's a D12.
D12.
And then what's your empathy?
For insight,
No, just empathy at the top. Then.
empathy at the top is CD8.
So a D8. So you got a D12 and a D8. Roll.
Okay. So we got a 6
Success.
on the D12.
Mhm.
And we got a 0 on the... That can't be right if I rolled the wrong one.
That's wild. You got
It's
0.
on a D8. How'd you get a
I've
0 on a
rolled the wrong
Yeah,
D8?
roll it. Yeah, roll the
That's
right one. That's
classic me. Classic
That's
me.
all good. It's by the book,
8.
8. So that's 2 successes you've got. You've dealt with men like this before. They're always chatting away about how important is their business, and you are able to calm him down a little bit and get him to open up a little bit. You sort of like do the whole like, no, oh, you know, business must have been hard recently, this, that, and the other. And he opens up and he says to you that last night, whilst he wasn't there at the club, he talks about how one of his dancers, a Nexus 9 model called Iris, was dancing her first dance and doing a little bit of singing as well. But she was getting booed and jeered at by some of the a group of people had come in, which are these human supremacists, the empathy movement, and he's had trouble with them before. So often they'll turn up because all his club, all the dancers and singers, they're all Nexus 9 models, because it's cheaper than paying real people. And so as a result, he's using this advertising to be like, the best girls along the strip, come see them here, dance with the snakes and sing beautiful songs of the old past. And this bunch of individuals don't like that. So they come and try and cause trouble. And last night they were causing trouble for Iris. And at some point, there was a big kerfuffle, essentially, and a gunshot rang out. And then Sandal was found dead on the ground, and they cleared the area. So that's what you get.
Look, I want this to be over as quickly as you do. So if there's anything else at all that you failed to mention, I got a robot in there with crazy eyesight. So you're better off telling me right now if there's anything.
I didn't see anything, mate. I just want to look. I just want to make sure Iris is good and that she can get back on stage. Like, because I've put a lot of money in her, a lot of investment.
Sure.
And,
Where is Iris now?
She's in the dressing room. She says she was too scared to come out. She was worried about getting jeered or anything like that again. So I said she could take as much time as she wants.
Talk to her? I'll be very sensitive.
Why? What are you going to say to her?
Sorry, my
it's all right. Your hearing's going.
Earphones have cut out. My earphones that I use in this futuristic world. Let me just reboot them.
All right. Well, I'll go to somebody else. Don't worry. I'll go.
Disconnected. Okay, great.
I will go over to Percy, and Percy, you make your way into the club, and this is where another handout will come up, Emily. Just so you know. It is handout number. Trying to find it. It's handout number N. Handout N. That's okay. As you sort of come into this area, Percy, it is cleared. There's no one else in this room. It's quite a big sort of cavernous room, and you can see that there is actually. Whilst I should put it in the chat as well before I forget. You can see that there is. It's almost like one of those old, like I wouldn't even say like very French inspired. You have like a huge sort of open area. You can see the stage where it is. The bar is covered in like gold leaf, and there's like drinks that are broken around here and candelabras, and you can see the signs of a scuffle that's happened here in this place that you are. And this is where I'm going to tell the players one other thing, is that I have a number of crime scene photos, this being one of them. There are clues in the crime scene photos, so if you see something, you want to investigate it, that's fine. I'm not going to make you roll for it. I will say it is also in the Discord chat as well. Ooh, enhance. There, Emily's doing some enhancing work there. You can also use in the Discord to look at it there as well. So, what catches Percy's eye?
Well, first of all, Percy stops before entering the crime scene, puts on his hair net, turns his glasses to observation mode, which I've decided he has. Gloves on, protective, booties on the feet. Stand, and I think he looks at ease more here in this, like, the scene of this horrific crime, because he's alone, unobserved. Yes. He'll look around at the scuffle, and he is going to notice that mirror. And having had Fena's message by now saying that they haven't found the bullet, that looks like a likely spot that the bullet might have hit, this cracked mirror. We'll probably start his search there to see if you can find a bullet.
Yeah, absolutely. You sort of see this mirror and you go up to it. You see it sort of the fragments, the spider shards move out, and you see your own reflection again in observation mode on your glasses. and you carefully move the mirror to one side, and yeah, you find a deformed bullet
great.
in the wall. You manage to take it out gently, but have probably gloves on or some sort of like tweezers.
Tweezers into a little bag.
Into a little baggie, of course, and use labeled.
Sealed.
Yeah,
Pocket.
absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does it look like it matches the caliber that Fiona was? We
Good
can establish
question.
that later if you want.
Well, no, you can establish it now if you'd like. I would love for you to make for me an intelligence tech check for me, please.
Mm-hmm. So that's 2d12. So
Yeah, I'm pretty good at this.
130. Yep. Oh, 7 and a 6.
7 and a 6, so 2 successes. Yeah, you suspect, again, you can't tell necessarily, like there are other bullets around that you've not found, but with the KIA coming through saying that was shot to the chest and they hadn't found any bullets, you would assume that this is the case. I think what's interesting to you is that there's no, it's caseless, this bullet. There's no, you can't find anything on the ground, so it indicates it was a very specialized weapon that was used. And you can go and get it analyzed at some point, perhaps, but it's definitely unusual, so it probably is quite traceable to someone.
Can I do like a general scan of the room? I mean, obviously there's going to be a lot of tests that he wants to do, like finding maybe DNA or basically, Fate Weaver, what can I see if I roll dice and do well?
You don't have to roll at all. I think with that success from the previous one, because again, you're in your element. You found like that sort of big sort of like bullet thing. Looking around, you see there's blood on the floor, so maybe you use your little test to get it out, and maybe you send it to the KIA to do some analyzing. But you're pretty sure, again, from the autopsy report that's come in, it is probably Sanders' blood. You can also see that there was a lot of, it seems sort of a big fight happened here. You can see on the ground there was like chairs upended, definitely like glasses broken. So some sort of brawl happened here. And so piecing it together a little bit, that you know that there was a fight that happened here, and then Sander got shot, and one bullet you have found. And then, yeah, you take your time. You don't find any other bullets around here.
I mean, I was wondering if there's like... There's bound to be so much DNA around of all the people, but if there's any way to isolate, I guess, are the chairs, if the chairs have been bent, that implies that maybe they have been used in a fight. Fingerprints on them? Can I scan them for fingerprints, things like that?
I'd say, yeah, you can scan things for fingerprints and stuff. We'll use the rest of your successes to do that. So you're spending the rest of your time possibly here doing that. And you go and get them analysed and see if you can find any matches maybe in the LAPD mainframe database as well. All right, well, you doing that, I've just seen the time. So let's go to our break just now, if that's okay. I appreciate we'll come back to finish the scene and go to let's go chat to Wallace Corp. But as always, thanks everyone for joining us for this part of Electric Dreams for Blade Runner 2037. I'll get used to saying that at some point. But I hear we've got a lore drop though.
I have lore to drop. Just a brief little like interesting thoughts today, and I have a question to sort of pose to everyone, which is a kind of something that we had to kind of figure out in prepping for this game, which is what are replicants made of? And I thought I'd be mean and ask our like non-sciencey guests, like, what materials are people made of? Because we know that replicants are pretty indistinguishable from people.
I want to say carbon, but I don't know if that's true.
I was also going to say carbon.
That's right. That was way.
But then
more...
that's only because of I've watched
carbon.
Enough science fiction that's like carbon-based life forms.
Oh, that's probably where I got it from as well. Yeah.
We are a carbon-based life form.
Yeah. Lots of carbon, lots of things. One level up, somewhere between sort of like bones and muscles and carbon. Any other sort of like materials, structures, stuff.
Amino acids.
amino
Loads of
acids.
amino
Yeah,
acids.
yeah,
Good.
great.
Proteins.
Proteins, like
Proteins.
so much proteins.
Just
Yeah.
so everyone in chat knows, Tilly's headphones have cut out. So
Oh, I thought they were
I
back.
might have heard. Maybe, I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, I wasn't sure if they'd come back or not. Yeah, so like we're all made of this stuff. Replicants presumably are made of this stuff. We know, like, so I watched the films, did my homework. Like replicants seem to be like born fully made, like adult,
Like Urukai.
like yes, exactly. Replicants,
Same, but different. Yes.
the Urukai of Los Angeles.
Mhm.
Just emerge into being. So yeah, I was wondering if anyone had any sort of theories or ideas, because it's left deliberately vague in the films, I think, like how you make a synthetic human.
I was listening to a podcast recently about someone throwing stem cells onto mice, and then them just sort of they no, not stem cells. Sorry, they're called human. They're like brains. They're little brains in petri dishes.
Organoids.
Is it like that?
Brain
Would you-
organoids.
There you go, organoids. So would you just do like an organoid until it eventually becomes a person? Is that a thing? Could you do that?
Yeah, that's kind of where I ended up as well when thinking about like, well, how are you making a replicant? Which is like, because again in the films, like when you zoom in, they sometimes have little like barcodes, like numbers like scratched into like random bits of like bone and things like that. Which to be honest is like, I think would be like the hardest with our modern technology. The hardest thing to do would be to like somehow carve a like tiny little number on
Like a maker's mark. Yeah.
yeah, like that's the tricky bit. But like, yeah, we've got all this biotechnology now with organoids where we grow sort of tissues. So if it was like a brain organoid, it wouldn't have all the structures of the brain, but it would be made of the same kind of cells. And I think where we are at the moment is often one of the problems is that it doesn't have all those structures, right? You can't grow an organ for someone. It doesn't have like the blood vessels and all the little tubes and things like that. You can grow like tissues, you can grow cells. And I was like trying to figure out how do you sort of manufacture and assemble a fully grown like adult, because again the way that like we would do this kind of like genetic engineering biotech is probably like grow it from
baby.
scratch,
Yeah.
because that works, because that's what it's designed to do, so it's definitely going to work. But if you wanted to like start from fully grown, and my partner suggested, and I was like, oh yeah, suggested 3D printing.
I was going to say 3D printing. That was going to be my suggestion.
Because you can 3D print with cells. Like you can get a lovely little mixture with all these cells in, and you can like bloop, 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 and make shapes. And I was trying to look up like whether they've ever really done it for organs and things. Sometimes
I'm sure they were trying to 3D print a heart at one point.
well,
That
sometimes
rings a
they
bell.
3D print like a scaffold, and then they put cells seed the scaffold with cells, which is
I
kind
see.
of easier. I did find where they'd done an ear. They've got, so they're like 3D printing like stuff, ink was like a hydrogel with like cells embedded, and then they 3D printed, I'm not sure what happened to the person's ear, but like the external ear bit. But I think that is as far as we've got so far in the real world science. But maybe
That's really cool.
replicants are 3D printed. I
3D
think
printed.
is a good theory. Yeah.
That's cool.
With 3D printing and what you've just discussed, how close are we to a Spider-Man style clone saga where you can like clone? Sorry, that was maybe a weird reference.
Yeah. Carry on.
But just like cloning someone,
yeah.
not baby clone.
Not from baby.
My clone.
I think
Is
we're
it
pretty
'cause
far
no
away
one's
from that.
The Spider-Man meme. Is that why you thought
that
of
why
the
I said
Spider-Man?
Spider-Man?
Well, so basically, there's a really infamous saga in the comics called the Clone Saga, where Spider-Man's nemesis, well, not his nemesis, but one of the guys who really doesn't like him, called the Jackal, just goes, "What if I just clone Spider-Man so many times?"
What?
And
He doesn't like him, so he's like, I want loads of him. That'll fix
Ba-
my problem.
Basically,
And this is
'Cause
also
he's kind of
assuming
obsessed
that
with
the spider bite fundamentally changed all of his DNA, right?
Mhm,
Otherwise,
yeah.
cloning
Right.
wouldn't clone the powers, right? You just clone the original.
Well, they all get powers, but some of them get weird, twisted versions of his powers, such as Kane.
Oh,
Fun.
oh, comic lore
Yeah.
for you there. Anyway,
you
that
go.
is the what the heck are replicants anyway? Would that work in science? Lore drop for you for today. And come back every week. We will have a different interesting tidbit for you.
Yeah, and come back after the break because we're going to have part 2. But we're going to take a little mini break now. So we'll see you on the other side. Don't go anywhere. Or do. We're only playing cops. We're not really cops. So do what you want. All right. Bye.
Oh! Uno indeed. Welcome back to Blade Runner 2037.
We can't hear it, Fiona. So
Reverse Uno.
Reverse. No.
In
No,
Welsh
don't
next
reverse me,
time.
but we'll go back to break. No, not.
you teach me, Lowri, and then I'll do it in Welsh. Yeah.
So let's go to Willis and Olsen. I'm going to give you a moment before you get to Wallace Corp to have a moment between the two of you. I think because you both know each other. You've been on cases or at least past each other. I'm going to say that you're in your spinner, slowly going over towards this Wallace HQ, which is slowly being built at this time. You can see, like, in my head, it looks like a big H, essentially, like these two tower blocks with like a bridge to it, but one of the tower blocks hasn't been finished yet, so there's lots of cranes around it, essentially, and you can see there are lights on, and there's clearly working 24/7 to finish this monolith, essentially. And it's only a couple of blocks away from what was Tyrell Corporation, which obviously fell roughly about 20 years ago, also with the murder of Eldon Tyrell, and with Wallace taking over, taking those plans, bringing back the Nexus models. It's quite a sight to see as you're sort of flying over in this cruiser towards these towers, and knowing that it's probably being built as a mixture of like show of like power and authority, but also to look down on what was the past at this point. The rain is sort of slicking off the windows as you're slowly getting there. I guess who's driving? Who's in the passenger seat? And are you talking about anything, if anything?
I think I would be driving because I wouldn't let Olsen drive.
I can drive. What do you? I could. I'm great at driving. Just so you know, in case if you ever need me to, I'm a good driver.
Olsen, how old are you?
What? I'm 25.
So how long you been on the force for now?
Like three years.
Okay. And in that time, would you say that you've learned anything?
Yeah, obviously I knew a lot to start off with, and then I learned more from fine folks such as yourself. Yeah, I'm pretty much. I think I know most of what you know by now. So.
All right, you know most of what I know. Olsen, tell me, what's the number one thing that you've learned?
Number one thing is people are shit. Don't trust them.
You know what, Olsen? Maybe this is gonna work.
I think at that point, Olsen, you see your KIA go off, and it's a number, like it's like ringing you, and it says Amara on it. You answer it?
I'm just 1 sec. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, pick up the phone.
Hi. No, sorry. Hi.
Where are you?
Hi.
We were supposed to have coffee.
We were supposed to have coffee, which I knew. I knew that.
Why are you whispering?
Work emergency. I'm in a work emergency.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I will make it up to you. I will get you 100 coffees. I will come round and bring the coffees. I'll get the van to carry them in. And can we reschedule? Can we reschedule? I'm so sorry.
There's like a massive pause as you're sort of giving out your excuses. That's fine. I was busy anyway. I'll see you later.
Yeah, like I will, like anytime, except now and possibly a little bit later, but like any other time, I will be there.
9 p.m. at my place tonight, please.
Yes. No problem. Okay. Bye. Work emergency. Bye.
She's already hung up.
Bye. Okay. She's gone. Okay. Cool.
It won't work, you know.
What? Hey, what?
It doesn't work. Trying to have normal relationships if you're in this job, it doesn't work.
Oh, that's depressing. That's so depressing. Did you try and have normal relationships and they all went horribly wrong?
What do you think? And I think quite like not even meaning to, but I think he sort of like rubs his head as he's driving, and you probably catch a glimpse of his wedding ring that he hasn't removed, but you've never seen a wife or heard mention of a wife. And certainly when you went to his house, you didn't see any indication that there was anyone else who lived there.
I can have normal relationships. Easy. 9 p.m.
All right. I'm just going to establish one thing. You follow my lead?
I always do, Sarge.
Yeah, all right. You follow my lead, you try and keep your mouth shut as much as possible, except for when I tell you otherwise. Understood?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's do this.
You descend with your spinner and you land in one of the big sort of internal garages. You probably see somebody who's like with the little buttons telling you to go this way. Little buttons, you know. I mean, you enter the garage and they indicate for you to go into a spot, but there's no one there. There's like you're the only car there, and they make you park in a certain spot. It's eerily quiet in this particular garage, and as you sort of get out, there is like this golden light, this pale golden light with the shadows of water splaying over everything. You make it way to... Oh, go for it.
Can I really quickly, as I walk past the person who indicated us, can I just be like, any particular reason we have to park there?
Oh, it's the prime parking spot.
Prime parking spot says who?
Well, you're here to see Miss Quell.
You know what? I am here to see Quell.
But she would like you to park here. Prime parking spot.
Okay. Fine. So it's an honor then.
It's a parking spot.
Okay.
I can have it moved if you wish to.
No, I don't want to do this anymore. And he just walks off.
Oh.
Gonna give the poor parking person a little thumbs up.
There is a hand outstretched to take like a tip, but you just give a thumbs up, and he awkwardly just goes and gives a thumbs up as well.
Run off after this.
You make your way to the front desk, and this desk, it feels like as you enter this particular area. Are you all right?
You throw things off the desk.
You go past, like, there's like some scaffolding, you push it over in your haste to get a catch up with Willis. You go into this sort of, where the front desk is, which is like a long corridor, and this sort of golden light, this sort of shaft of like a thin strip sort of beams out, and you are met by a clerk that's on like a desk, completely bald and pale, like eyes, just huge pupils, and they go, "Hello, welcome to Wallace Corporation. How may I assist you?"
Hello, I am Sergeant Willis Jefferson, here to see Quell.
Ah, one moment. And they start to type away on the keyboard impossibly fast. Ah, yes. Jefferson Willis. Indeed. And looks to Olsen.
Olsen Backer, I'm here too. Also the same.
Oh.
I'm the same.
Olsen? Backer? Olsen. And you just hear like, "Drr, drr, drr, drr," and 2 ID cards pop out. And you are given these 2 sort of really plastic, really fine ID cards. And there are pictures of your face, but clearly taken as you're coming in with the spinner. So you have Willis that looks a bit like, and then Olsen's like as if on the way running after. It's clearly taken from some of the Esper network, perhaps, and handed over to you. Please follow me. I will take you to Quell's office.
Cool. As we're walking, I think he asks, "Do you mind my asking? I don't know if it's rude, and if it is, I apologize. What model are you?"
Oh, I am an XS9 model, sir.
How do you feel about the 8s?
The 8s, sir?
Yeah. Previous model. How do you feel about them?
Oh, I see. Well, company policy says that all Nexuses were of their own kind, and obviously Nexus 8s were part of the Tyrell Corporation. We, as part of the Wallace Corporation, well, we are more in tune with what the designer wanted. And
Okay.
so I do not share any strong emotions for any of my previous siblings. They are, they walked so we could run and sprint.
Standing on the shoulders of giants, as it were.
Indeed, sir.
All right. I love to, oh, please. Sorry, that was actually, I think, my doorbell.
I genuinely was like, is that my doorbell? Like, it's
we
okay.
live in a panopticon.
We're in a magical fairy
We have all
world.
decided to have rings because
There's a small chime happens and go, this way, the elevator is here, and indicates for you to get into the elevator with this individual. As you sort of go up, again, you see the floors zipping past you bit by bit. Eventually, it stops with a small little tinkle tinkle, and the doors open into a quite big, bright office like that. It's worse than the fluorescent white, like the overhead light. It's worse than that, but it feels like everything in it is smooth, as if everything's been carpeted over or painted over with some sort of like white silver metal. There's lots of glass in here as well, glass tables. The chairs that you're indicated to sit on are also made out of like a plastic plexiglass of some sort. But stood ahead of you is an individual who you can only assume is Quell. And this is, I believe it just says Quell as the mugshot, Emily. If you've got that, I've got it as mugshot E, but that's not helpful because I know I numbered them. It will say Quell on it. She gets up from her desk. You can see on her desk there's like very minimalist in terms of computing, whereas stuff at the LAPD was sort of all thick and textile and tactile. Here everything is slim and white and pristine. And as she gets up, she sort of like dusts herself off a little bit and goes, "Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate your work in this. Please sit down, the both of you. Willis and Olsen, I take it."
Yeah, Willis and Olsen. I have to say, this is a very impressive establishment that you've got here.
Oh, thank you. We are we're trying to give that. Obviously, Mr. Wallace is trying to improve and anything to help, essentially, and that is why it's so important for your cooperation on this matter.
Our cooperation. I was going to say thank you so much for your cooperation. We are, of course, the police, and it's our job to investigate matters like this.
Of course, but it says I appreciate the urgency of you taking on this because, well, let's just say it is important to our founder that any possible issues or stolen property of ours is returned, and we're not having any of this negativity.
Yeah. We all want to avoid negativity. Right, Olsen? We want to avoid negativity.
I too love to avoid negativity. Absolutely.
There you go. We all want to avoid negativity.
Well, you see, it's only so much. It's only been a year since our launch has happened, and we are aware that Nexus models have an image problem with the public, since the fall of Tyrell. But we know, and Nyander knows that, well, society's survival of it, as we know, it depends on this smooth integration of the Nexus 9s. Tell me, how far have you got in your investigation?
We have multiple teams pursuing multiple lines of investigation. I don't necessarily think it's appropriate for me to share the specific details, but what I would like to know is, you say that the Nexus 9s have an image problem, but in your opinion, there's no underlying issue, nothing that we should be aware of before we begin the investigation in earnest.
Oh, this feels like an empathy manipulation check. You're trying to get stuff out of her. She's looking at you very coldly at this point.
Empathy manipulation. Okie dokie. Well, here's another thing I'm going to ask, actually, really quickly.
Yes.
How senior is she in this organization?
You would know, I think, just briefly from talking to Holden. She is the VP, the vice president of this, and is usually the one that, well, actually, if you saw in the newspaper, her picture is there. You recognize her image from the newspaper. She was quoted. saying that it's like a part of a launch and how bright future. She's often the speaking mouthpiece, primarily because as you sit down, you see her eyes flick back to you, the slight red glow that she herself is a Nexus 9 model.
Can I slightly change tack?
Absolutely. You say that, and she sort of cocks her head slightly, and you change tack.
I think I want to go, look, the fact of the matter is that both of us want to resolve this situation as quickly and as easily as possible.
Agreed.
Your superiors are breathing down your neck, and you know that it's not just your boss that's concerned with your performance in this. It's much, much bigger than that, and I'm very aware that if I want to live a nice and easy life, I got to get this done and get it done quickly, right? So you and I are aligned. We both agree that if there are any angles that you can share with me that would make this investigation easier, quicker, and more discreet, it is in both of our interests that we share that information with each other now. You understand what I'm saying?
Crystal clear. And likewise, sir, if I may, Deputy Chief Holden has pledged full disclosure and cooperation with myself and with Wallace Corps during this investigation. It is top priority for us that we know exactly what has happened. If there are any point that you do not cooperate, for whatever reason, that would be unfortunate. But it sounds like we want to be on the same page and wrap this up as quickly as possible.
That would be my preferred outcome, yes.
Indeed. Well?
So what do you have to tell me?
What is it that you want to know?
You know what's happened. You understand that we have one Nexus unit dead, the other missing. My question to you is why? What do you know that would explain this inexplicable turn of events?
Well, I assume it is something to do with those anti-replicant movements. I think they call themselves the empathists. You know, the human supremacists. They usually hang around those kinds of places. Any chance to get a pop at a Nexus model, I wouldn't be surprised. But as for your underlying sort of questioning about whether or not something else is afoot, let me rest assure you that with the tens of millions of Nexus 9 models that are being produced right at this very moment, there's bound to be minor faults, minor malfunctions, in very rare cases. She brings up at this point the her screen and she turns it to you both, and it is a data personnel file on Leia. She seemed that she failed some baseline tests a few months back and was sent for recalibration.
What?
Oh, indeed, it's right here.
What? When? What?
I will get you the dates momentarily whilst I find the handout. But yes, you can see, she's just trying to look at these things. There it is. It's handout F, I think, Emily, just so you've got it.
And what do we know about the nature of these failures? Was there a specific line of questioning that you failed, or just a sort of general F?
Sorry, I forgot what it must be like to be a bit of an old timer. Pre-blackout, was it? You see, these new models, we have built into us it's called a baseline test, whereby we are asked to repeat a certain phrase back, and they'll ask us questions and monitor our responses for any emotional response, but also any detraction from the answers. Every so often, a Nexus 9 unit is called in just for checks, to make sure everything's in tip-top condition.
Like random checks?
Sometimes. Sometimes there's reports. You know, if
There are
someone's
reports.
something happens if someone is concerned with
In this case, was someone concerned? Who was concerned?
Make for me an empathy manipulation roll, Olsen. And I'm going to say right now,
that
it's going to be with disadvantage as well.
Oh.
So with that,
whilst all of this has been going on, can I just be watching? Because I think once Olsen starts talking, Willis goes, excellent, I just want to be watching this person. Can I just try and read her to see how she's responding, if she's getting emotional, if I believe, particularly when she was talking about like us cooperating and kind of implying that she was telling the truth, if I believe that.
Sure, we'll come to that in a second. But yes, I will let you get that. That's no problem. So for disadvantage for you,
which means I only roll one of the two.
You only roll your attribute, your lowest die. You remove the lowest die and you roll the highest. Yeah.
Both. Oh, no, sorry, I rolled the wrong one.
It's okay. Take a moment. Don't worry, we're still learning. But yeah.
Tonight. Okay. An 8.
Oh, a success.
Somehow.
So there's a moment where you're getting quite emotional, right? It's like, who reported on her? Clearly someone reported something on her. And Quell sort of like just raises up a hand and goes, hold up. I believe it was, and she taps on her keys. It was her current partner, Sandor. He put in some requests, asked to be transferred, saying, and again, we'll turn like the screen around to you, saying, cases of delusion, said something was wrong with her memory implants. So when she failed 2 tests and we had these reports, we brought her in to be recalibrated. And we didn't find anything after the recalibration. We sent her back to active duty. For Willis, you're trying to look and get an insight into this person, right? So I'd say an empathy insight check.
I believe that is a D6 and a D8 for me.
Yeah, roll them, please. Let me know what you get.
Oh, that's a 5.
And
no, sorry, it was a 2 and a 3.
Okay, right. So you do them separately. So no success.
You do them separately. Okay,
you do them separately. That's totally fine. Would you like to push the roll?
Yeah, go on.
All right, roll any that don't show a 1. So you can roll both, or you can just roll 1 and see.
Don't get a 1.
I could roll both.
Yeah, anyone that doesn't show a 1. Yeah, you can
either, not both.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, no, both. You can roll up to both. Yeah, as long as you don't show a 1. As long as you don't show a 1. Yeah.
Oh.
The risk is that you might lose successes, so you might already have the success, you see. Currently, you don't have any successes.
Now I have a 6 and a 1.
Okay, so you will get a point of stress. You get a point of stress for that. Because you're sort of looking quite hard. Quell is, from what you can tell, being incredibly truthful. She's very cool with you. And, you can see, like, on her computer screen, like, again, she's showing you information, but you can see there are other tabs there. And there are definitely tabs that say Jefferson Willis and Baker Olsen. So you get this suspicion that maybe you signing in at the front desk, she was able to read your files. So it's like trying to just get the sus of you as well. And maybe isn't as revealing as much. But what she's saying so far seems to track what she believes with.
Sure. Can I take a look? And I'll say this as well, but can I also look at the file and kind of be like, and just so I understand, what you said that these tests usually involve a repeated phrase. Indeed. And you're monitoring this to see if there is an emotional response. My question to you is, what phrase did she flunk out on? What emotional response did she display?
I'm afraid I can't disclose that. Maybe if you knew a person that was close to her, perhaps. One of those parent-guardian agreements. But we tend to keep them quite secret. It's almost like a security code. It's like asking someone, can I get their social security number or their mother's maiden name? You wouldn't do that with your colleagues, would you?
I wouldn't do it for my colleagues that were alive, but I would do it for my colleagues that were dead, or my
She's
colleagues
not
that
dead.
were currently...
She's just missing, and we're here to find her and get her back. So don't you worry, Miss Quell, about that, because we're on it. We're on top of that.
I'm not worried. You better get her back. You better find her.
Better. That sounds like a command, Quell.
Just saying.
She takes a moment. It is troubling. She looks back at the report. Problems with memory. There are memory labs that might be able to assist with that if you want to go down that inquiry to see how stable she was. I can assure you that from our proceeds here that she has a clean bill of health after being recalibrated, but maybe going into some of the memory labs might be useful.
All right. Thank you very much for your time, Quell. It's been absolutely wonderful talking to you. Do you mind if we get your details so that if any further information comes up, we can share it in the spirit of cooperation?
Oh, of course. And she holds out a hand for your KIA.
I hand it over to her.
Yeah. She just deftly puts in, like, there you go, my personal number. I already have yours. So I'll make sure to keep an eye on this investigation.
Wonderful, not disconcerting at all. Where is the bathroom in this place?
It's by the front desk.
Front desk. Wonderful. Olsen, you need to go potty?
Yes, sir. Yes, absolutely.
All right, let's go. I'm gonna start to walk out.
Yeah.
And as we do, are we immediately met by someone outside of the place? Like outside of the...
Yeah, the bald-headed chap from earlier, so the receptionist is sort of there, like not like aggressively, just sort of there to see you out.
I'm going to say... You know what? No, I'm not going to do that. No.
Oh,
no, I was going to do a whole
complex
thing.
bathroom strategy.
I was going to do a whole thing, and I don't think it's appropriate.
Folarin's trying to break into some more people's houses when it's just the
the
opening
thing is,
sequence. We're just
I
trying to say
truly
hi.
I
And he's like,
truly
can I
was.
break into their basement?
I'm always trying to break into someone's house, but it's not the time. So we'll do it. We'll do it another time. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, cool.
There is a moment where you walk past like the sort of like the door that has the gender neutral toilets on it, and you go, "I'll be back." Let's quickly go over.
Can I say though? Can I drop all of that information into the K? I want to share that immediately. Specifically, the stuff about Leia having been recalibrated, Sandor having reported it, and I've shared that with everyone. But then I send one specifically to Mel, going, "Watch Fenna. Like, how did she react?"
Well, why don't we go?
I know that she's not in the same place.
No,
but,
I know.
But my character doesn't. So.
Can I ask a question before you move on about recalibration, just so I have something straight in my head?
Absolutely, yeah.
Leia went for recalibration. Percy knew because of job reasons.
Yes.
When she came back,
yeah.
One, did Percy see her after she returned?
I think you would have seen her in passing because you guys didn't really work together on stuff.
Sure.
Like you kind of knew each other. Like I said, we established back in the session 0 that you knew each other from the same production line and stuff. But I don't know if you would have, unless you tell me otherwise, weren't like friends or like you'd hang out as such necessarily. But you would have definitely seen her across, say, the canteen or similar things. Yeah.
But so as far as Percy is concerned, she went for recalibration. She's dead. Like. The person he knew is dead, right? And then her body has come back.
A new version of Leia has come back.
Great.
It was returned to active duty about a day later after recalibration. Yes.
And no one else knew that had happened.
Only you did, yeah.
Great. Because
Those
that's
are your
quite
job.
huge, and I don't think I had actually internalized how big a deal that was. So good.
It's all
Thank
good.
you.
No worries, no worries. Let's whilst we're talking about huge deals, let's go over to Fenna just now. You finished your time at the medical lab, and I'd say there are plenty of other things you can do here at the LAPD before you want to move on. So if you want to go do something else here or join up one of the other folks, you can do. I just want to give you that opportunity.
Can I see if any reporting and things is starting to come out about the killing? Or like is there any social media buzz that I can do some investigation on?
So you can go up to the LAPD like mainframe and the ESPA network. So you probably just go and sit yourself at one of these big sort of bulky terminals. What are you looking for exactly? Are you looking for social media, like stuff about this, or are you looking for more like, because like the CCTV, there's all this sort of thing. Like, what are you thinking for?
CCTV sounds super useful, doesn't it? Let's probably pivot and do that. Yes, lovely idea.
It's just a suggestion.
That's what I was planning.
I was going to tie it into something else, but I just wanted to just double check. Like, what is it you're focusing on? Because I can give you that information.
Yeah, I think. Look, I mean, if she knows she has access to the mainframe, and everyone else is out on the ground, yeah, she'll absolutely go through the CCTV tapes and see who walked in. Is there anything from inside? Like, can she? I mean, she doesn't really want to, but she'll watch it happen.
Absolutely. Let's do. So you go to like this, again, I've talked about it before. These like, imagine these big blocky computers, and like there's a tiny little frame that you can look into, but these are huge humming like banks of computers, very dark and dingy. You sort of you set yourself up at the mainframe and the ESPA, and you start to look through. And I would say, if you want to access it, this is going to be an intelligence tech roll for me, please. It's also, I just want to double check this. I think you'll find, because you're at the LAPD, but I'm going to invoke something called these promotion points. So you all have promotion points, humanity points, and Chian points, which is like your money. Promotion points you can use to spend to get connections and stuff like that. I think here, because you're trying to find something, it might have a bit of access to it. I'm going to ask you to spend a promotion point as well as doing a tech roll as well.
Are these at the bottom of my sheet?
They are at the bottom of the sheet. I can tell you how much you have.
I've only got one.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
If you would like to, there, you can always just push it. Let me just double check. I think you might have just one, but I want to just double check.
I have like, this can't be right.
I just want to check that I only have one in this whole thing, and do I ever get it back?
You do if you do certain things, and I usually I will do it at the end, at the beginning of each session. I will give you something.
Okay,
so don't worry.
I'll spend it. Yeah.
You do only have 1 point. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, I'll spend it.
And then intelligence tech roll for me, please.
Okay, so just intelligence tech, and I don't have to add anything because I've used the.
Well, so remember, it's just giving you the access to it.
Got it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a 5 and a 4.
Okay, so currently no successes. Would you like to push yourself? You don't have to. I'm going to say you will get information. It just, there might be more information if you want. That's the gamble leader. Okay.
Push it. She's stressed. She's super
roll again.
It's a 5 and a 4. On other dice, though, they switched.
All right, so no successes, but also no ones.
No ones.
So you don't take any damage. So I think maybe because you're just dealing with what you saw, and you're replaying those images over in your mind. You think about the picture on your KIA of Sandor. You've uploaded all of those, right? You uploaded a picture of Sandor's face as well, and you just have it in your head, and you're desperately trying to think, and you're starting to go through. You're like trying to look at social media. You're trying to go, and you can't find any like CCTV or the equivalent of inside the club itself. You manage to find some stuff on the outside, but there is, it's been like a whole day. You can't find any. It's really hard to pin down. You need more information to pin it down, unfortunately. What I will say though, should you do this roll again in a different shift, I'm going to give you advantage because you've done all the initial weeding out. So you just need a bit more time to do it. Okay. So that you know that. I'm going to leave you there for the moment just to make sure you had it. I'm going to head back to the snake pit with Mel and Percy. So Mel, you've sort of finished your conversation with Taffy, who is pretty much is like, you're all right, you're pretty all right, and you've managed to sort of like chum up to him a little bit. But he's indicated to you about this as dancer singer inside the snake pit, and I think because you've warmed up to him, or he's warmed up to you a little bit, you've sort of coaxed him out a bit. He's like, yeah, you can talk to her. Yeah, sure. She probably doesn't have much to say. she's all about her singing and her dancing and stuff. But sure, just keep it light. Keep it light. She, there was a murder, so.
Sure thing. I'll go see Lily. Was it
Iris? But
Iris?
sure.
Same
call her whatever she
number of
wants.
letters in the name.
A flower
Easy.
as well. Yeah. Well. All right. And you head on inside. You pass Percy, who's surrounded. I assume just has, he's just doing all these little bits and pieces. So feel free if you wish to take him along as well. More than welcome to as well. But I'll let you have that conversation.
British, all going okay in here?
Yes, ma'am. And he's just going to hand you little booties for your shoes because I assume you haven't put any protective. Okay. Well, I have.
I'll put them on in a second.
Okay, I have done that section and I have taken a sample of the blood that you're walking through, so I suppose that is okay.
I'm already walking off.
You're already walking on. Fair enough.
I'm
I'll scurry after you.
The go-go dancer who is she a go-go dancer? She's a singer.
You got dancer/singer.
Dancer/singer. Okay.
Yeah.
I believe they have both here, ma'am. Would you like me to join you?
Why don't you come along? Unless you need to do more analysis of the scene.
I'm very efficient.
Yeah, you can already see behind Percy. It's already done. Yeah, it's already done, all immaculately. Not cleaned up, but you've got the little numbers everywhere.
Marines.
I think maybe also fingerprints from all of the stems of all of the glasses that
they're all lined up. Yes, absolutely. You make your way to the back, and you can see this long corridor, very dingy compared to this sort of pristine that you saw of the initial nightclub. And you can see there's hangers full of all these dresses, all very scantily, various you think bits missing, Mel, but actually you realize it's actually deliberately taken chunks out of these dresses to be more scantily clad. And you go down to the end of the corridor, and the door is sort of shut out there, but it says Iris on it, and there's a little star shape on it.
Miss Iris, LAPD. We just want to ask you a couple of questions.
And the door opens, and another mugshot is coming your way, Emily. Iris. I think I can't remember what number it is, but you can have a look. And the door opens, and you see a very short, slim-looking woman. Looks to be in her mid-20s, with blonde hair that's off sharp at the cheeks, with sort of blue eye makeup and sort of scantily clad, not scantily clad, glittery makeup on. She is just wearing a big white fur coat. It doesn't look like anything else. She's covered it up. And she's like, "Oh, Matt, yes, come in, please." And you come into a very dingy, very small dressing room. It's got just a lot of stuff in here, lots of clothes. You can see there's an open area at the back where you think maybe a shower would be. And it just looks like a room that is just stuffed in. She goes, "Please don't mind the mess. Please, how can I help?"
Oh, don't worry about the mess. My office is way worse than this, and I smoke too, so it stinks. How are you?
Well, I'm quite fine. I just it was maybe first night nerves last night, but I didn't expect someone to die because of it.
Yes, quite something.
Mm.
You feeling any type of way about what's happened?
Fine. No, not really. It's quite a sad state of affairs when someone gets killed in front of you, but it was just all a bit of a kerfuffle, really. And I'm just here to help in any way. I said to Taffy that I'm willing to go on, but he said we have to wait until the police clear out.
Interesting. So you're not having any feelings of being scared, or?
No, No, I'm not programmed that way.
Right.
No, I'm here to entertain and make people feel good about themselves through my dancing and my singing.
Sure, you can spare me the user manual. What the situation itself, is there anything that Taffy wouldn't know? Anything you might have been scared to tell your boss?
Oh, no. See, I was I went on to sing, and I was getting ready, and then there was some awful man who came and just shouted these obscenities at me, and like I tried to keep going on, and then a couple of them threw like glasses and beer at me, and it was fine, like I didn't feel anything. But then and she hesitates for a moment, but she goes, well, there was a tall, pale man that came into the group. He tried to stop them throwing stuff at me. A gallant night, so to speak. A fight started happening, and then there was just a big gunshot. And then the room cleared. People were screaming. And then I looked, and then, I saw someone on the floor. And clearly he had been shot.
Did you get a good look at any of them?
Well, I hate to say, I think from what I heard from one of the other girls before I went on, one of the they said that the group that was there had been like it's like some sort of organization. They said like there was like having some sort of get about, and they said that the editor of Kill was there, Jel Schuyler, and he's not supposed to be here. He got barred from the snake pit.
He was barred months ago.
That old hack. I might have known. Okay, well, go ahead.
If I may,
please.
Hi.
Iris, could I just, to eliminate you, to help me with my processing, can I take your fingerprints, please, and some DNA?
Oh, of course. And she hands out like a very delicate, again, in my head, the sort of person that works at Holland & Barrett, very thin hand, maybe a little bit sweaty,
Delicate.
but yeah, very delicate, as if has not done a day of hard labor in her life. And yeah, you easily swab. And then you maybe swab the inside.
While I'm doing that, I would like to ask, did you see, I mean, obviously there was a lot going on. Did you happen to notice, and I'll describe Leia, a replicant who was with the man who was shot and her leaving?
Yeah. I saw her. Yeah, she was here with. Yes, she was like watching the fight, and then I think she got involved. She's been here before, several times.
Recently?
Oh, like last couple of weeks, I think. She always comes. I think she must work a hard job.
And she comes alone or with anyone?
Ooh, make for me an empathy. I think either an empathy insight or maybe even like an intelligent manipulation, because you're sort of coaxing out and you wanted to see if you can answer your questions.
I'd love for it to be an intelligence.
Yeah, I know you would. Yeah. Well, go on, argue it for me. What are you trying to do?
I didn't think it was that leading a question. I just want to know if she was coming with anyone, if Leia was meeting people there, what she was doing while she was at the club.
I think intelligence, probably manipulation here. I mean, you're using you're trying to find out more than just like sort of like realize she's lying or anything like that, right? You're trying to find out. That's what I'm going to argue.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'll take that because it's a D12 and a D6. I feel like that's a nice spread. Hey?
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, roll those and let me know what you get.
Can I observe this as it's happening?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll come back to that in a second. Yeah.
4 and a 10.
4 and a 10. So that's 2 successes you have on that.
One success, isn't it? A 4?
No, but 10, 10 or more is 2 successes.
Oh, of course it is. Brilliant.
Yeah. So going over to Mel, so you're watching Percy sort of go in and doing his sort of like more maybe unintentional good cop here. What are you observing? What are you looking for, Mel?
I'm looking for anything based on my observations of the Nexus 9s, anything that looks a little too human, or looks like someone trying to cover up
Oh, interesting.
some kind of human impulse, or just something that doesn't quite look right.
Maybe that doesn't fit with what this personality, this program
Yeah.
personality is to be like. Okay, I think this is it definitely is insight. I feel it's not empathy necessarily. I think this is your gut instinct. So I wouldn't say it's probably intelligence. Insight is what I'm going to angle for here. So that give me that and see what you get.
Insight, that's D1. So is that an 8? D8?
It's a D, so it'll be a D6, I think, is probably what it is. If it's a, yeah.
I know what they look like. It's just.
What's the letter next to it, Tilly? Or is it just a D12 and it's chopped off or a D10 and it's chopped off the final digit?
That's a good point.
Insight BD1.
So a D10.
So it
yes.
should be a D10. It should say D10, not D1.
Yeah, so it might have got chopped off when I sent you the character sheet. So
Okay.
good catch, Emily.
I was like, don't roll a D6. I think you're good at that.
Okay. Let's have a roll. 3.
So that's a 3. And what was your? So I said intelligence. What's your intelligence die?
Maybe the same. BD1.
So yeah, a D10 as well. So roll the D10 again. See, we might get a success.
5.
5. So no successes currently. Would you like to push the roll at all?
I look even harder.
You
I
get
lean
even closer.
in.
You
I
lean at
use my detective's lean.
I like that. So yeah, you can
And
roll.
I go like this.
You sort of like lean in like closely with your ear to as like so close to their face. Yeah, roll the D10s again. Let me know what you get.
Come on. 5.
No,
And 1.
Mel.
So you take 1 point of stress.
I have a heart
unfortunately.
attack. 2 months from retirement.
My hero.
No, you don't. You are sort of leaning in, but I think you're getting a bit distracted a little bit. Like you're thinking, oh, come on, Percy. Maybe you even slip off your chair a little bit as you're trying to lean
I'm
in
hungry.
too close. Yeah, your stomach rumbles at very opportune
I'm
moments.
old,
whilst-
man. I'm
yeah.
old and not a robot, and we've
So
been
that's
here for
unfortunate.
hours.
You don't gain anything more. Like you think, yeah, she's programmed this way to be a bit more of this sort of 1920s, like sort of like, oh gosh, I'm a damsel in distress, probably for some entertainment purposes, which is it's just
Classic.
grating. If anything, yeah,
Yeah.
it's grating on you so much. But with your 2 successes, Percy, she sort of is like, well, she comes in and she waits for someone. I actually. And something clicks in her head a little bit. She goes, "Oh, she probably came to talk to him. Yes, that makes sense why she would go into the fight now. She often meets with the pale man, the tall pale man that he was in the fight tonight or last night."
Okay.
And what's his name?
I don't know his name. He's just comes to see me sing and dance, or to see the girls sing and dance.
Can replicants do a thing where, like, I can access her memories so I can see a picture of this pale man? Like, we're computers,
Let's
right?
go surveillance state.
Stick my finger in her ear so that I can.
Unfortunately, no.
Right, Percy's gonna work on that because that would be handy.
That would be handy.
Yeah.
So you would know that replicants, you can't necessarily search them. They're not recording devices, but you can, when you look into their hardware, the only things you can get is stuff that they are installed with. So their key memories you can look
sure.
at, but nothing that's been created. So she wouldn't be able to give you information. Although I love the idea of you taking this poor lady who has no idea to the lockup, and then you like jab her with your finger. That's great.
Are we sus of her, Sarge? Like,
Are you asking me this in front of her?
no, I'm not. Right,
Okay.
I'm asking you above the table, Tilly.
This is interrogation 101. British. Well, you seem to be a lovely singer and dancer, and I don't know that we have anything else to to trouble you with tonight, ma'am. I thank you very much for your time, and hopefully there'll be no more funny business here in town. That's all we can hope for.
Oh, well, I'm just, I hope it's all right. I'm so sorry for the fella that died. And
I'm gonna give you my card. You find out who that tall, pale man is. You give me a little message if you find out his name, okay? Can you do that for me?
oh, yes, of course. I mean, he might come back. I don't know. But
Let us know if he's around. I'd like
I
to
will.
speak to him.
Yeah.
You didn't notice who Leia left with?
Oh, it was all a bit of a razzmatazz, really. But it, just everyone was screaming. There was blood on the ground. I didn't see her go. But
Okay. One last test. I just need you to look up to the left so I can scan your code, because all replicants have
oh yes,
codes, right? Just to check.
Yes, of course. And she sort of like slowly gets it. I mean,
Yeah.
if anything, she sort of very like leans quite close, and you can feel like her coat sort of envelops you a little bit, Percy.
Do you know what? It doesn't faze Percy at all, I
No.
think. But what he is going to try and do, if you will allow it, is
Yeah.
drop some kind of tracking device in her coat pocket.
Of-
Either she's sus or she's in danger, I think.
definitely thought you were going to do a tracking device somewhere else, but I like the coat pockets. That's
No,
right.
while we were talking, I was
I
like,
thought you were going to say in the
it.
eye. I was like, how are you going to drop
Oh,
it in her
no.
eye?
You guys are going different ways. I'm like cleavage, but okay,
Yeah,
it's fine.
but
It's fine.
I don't think it's going to stay there, right? It might get shaken out, but in a pocket, it might.
Yeah, no,
That'll
I
come
love it.
out
I
the
love it.
bra at the end of the day immediately.
Yeah, I think you've gained her trust quite a bit, so she leans in quite close. I don't think we'll tell you what, we'll do an agility. I think it's, do we have a sleight of hand? We'll do agility stealth.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay.
Just try that, and we'll see.
Oh, good. An 8 and a 3.
Right, so it's a success. Yeah, so you quickly sort of palm in, and so you just drop it as you sort of scan, and you do the sort of bip, and you put it into your KIA. And she sort of leans back and goes, "Well, if you do find her, tell her I hope she's okay. She looks really sad. She's always looked sad when she comes."
I will. Thanks, Iris.
All right. Thanks, Catherine Zeta-Jones. Let's get out of here.
Bye now.
Chicago.
And you head on out into the
I'm
rest
just gonna kind of I'm gonna text Willis
Mhm.
just kind of like notes of what's happened, that Leah was there, description of the tall pale man.
Mhm.
I was like, we got Robo brain on the crime scene. See you later, boss.
Do you
Kiss. Joking.
incredible? No. Do you, because you get a message from Willis roughly as you leave. It's personally to you, Mel, about keeping an eye on Fenner. Do you respond to that at all? Or mention anything about that?
I just say, noted, we'll all be back at HQ soon. Live mission.
I love it. So yeah, you start to go out, and as we sort of end our session for today, as you two sort of head out and you're talking to the police officer, indicating to Taffy that all your work here is done at the crime scene, we head to like the crowd of people that sort of rubbernecking, trying to see what's going on. You got the hollow tape, and you see the advertisements of the various nightclubs and interesting entertainment venues that are 24/7. And at the back of this crowd, standing a little bit back with like a long coat with a hood over it, is an incredibly tall, pale individual watching Mel and Percy start to talk to the officers and start to leave. And if you get in your spinner and go away, or you start to walk down the street, it starts to follow. And that is where we're going to end this session of Blade Runner. Thank you guys so much. There you go.
Thank you, Fiona. Okay.
Ah!
Wow. Okay.
I love that. Oh,
I've got a to-do list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've made real notes this time. That's exciting.
yeah.
So thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for everyone who's joining us. And thank you so much to our 3 amazing guests. Let's start with Lowri. Who are you? Where can people find you? Would you like to plug anything?
I'm Lowri. You can probably follow me on Blue Sky, Lowri and Davis at Blue Sky. I don't think there's anything for me to plug at the moment. It's this. This is the thing I have to plug at the moment. Watch this.
Come back next week.
Next week.
Folarin.
Hello, I've been Folarin, and you can find me on the internet, usually under the username A_King_Made. That's it. And yeah, the thing that I would plug is I'm currently doing a Kickstarter for a comic book that I've written called Even the Stars Will Fall. It is an amazing Afrofuturist story featuring art from Bimpe Aliu, who is a phenomenal artist, edited and lettered by Hassan Othman El-Hau, who is renowned guy, done such cool stuff. So check it out.
Yeah, there's a link in chat. If you are watching on the VOD, Google it. And Tilly.
Yeah.
Tilly.
I'm looking at Folarin's comic book. This looks sick.
Yeah.
Go and look at Folarin's Kickstarter, everyone. That's what I'm going to say you should do. It looks genuinely extremely good. If you want to follow me, I'm Tilly. I'm on Instagram at Tilsty. And I have nothing to plug. I'm here because Emily's my friend, and so I guess I'll plug mine and Emily's friendship.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
Yeah. That's I like that. I'd also like to plug mine and Tilly's friendship. But I would also like to plug the RPGeeks social media channels, which are at RPGeeks D&D. And actually also there is another thing to plug, because I didn't give him the chance to do it last week. JC, who joins us for Blood on the Clock Tower, his husband is raising money for the Good Law Project by playing Super Mario World on all of it on stream on Saturday at 12:30 UK time. That is, it's at twitch.tv/tiger_KEB. And yeah, for a really good cause, they do amazing work. The Good Law Project.
They do such fantastic work.
Yeah.
That's
and
great.
I forgot to let him plug it last week, and that's on me. So we're doing it now. And we also, along with the social media channels that I mentioned earlier, we also have a Patreon. And on our Patreon, you can find the session 0 for this very show that we've done. You can hear us come up with our characters, chat about the world and a bit about the interpersonal relationships, some of which might have all gone out the window. I know I haven't quite played Fenna exactly how I described in that scene, but Fiona killed the person that was my emotional unlock.
Emotional things keep happening, I know, and I'm like, oh, my character is different now.
And I was like, and now Fenna is basically not what you saw. But we've also got a load of other stuff on there, including our Behind the Geeks podcast, which is me, Shamini, and Fiona each month having a chat about whatever we feel like. You can follow us there and join us. It's patreon.com/RPGeeks D&D. That's Daddy Norovirus Daddy. And if you do that, you get a chance to be put into the worlds of our games. Ooh. And this week we're going to put 2 lovely patrons into this world. Fiona, do you have the names?
I do. I put it in our little secret Discord. Don't worry. That's why I was desperately trying to look. Yes, the first one we have is somebody called Bookworm with a Y. It's Bookworm. Why do we think they would appear in Blade Runner 20?
They've got to work in the logs and in the police station, right? They are the little nerdy.
Maybe they have a desk next
to
Percy, perhaps.
Yeah.
And that's their secret thing is that they just have lots of books that they've not given back to the library.
Or a replicant.
I think Percy's starting to suspect as well, and it's like, I'm sure they're library books, and they've been there for a long time.
Certainly physical media is quite valuable, I will say right now. So,
stressing him out a bit.
Wow.
Amazing. So, but I think they do everything really analog. They don't like all the digital stuff. They have drawers full of old school files that have been digitized, but they like to go through it all.
Well, they have all those notebooks. We talked about this before on a Behind the Geeks one, where they have notebooks, beautiful notebooks, but then they don't write in them.
Shut up, Fiona.
Okay, never mind.
Mine are over here. They're my emotional support, empty notebook.
So presumably this is a human being then, because they're doing all sorts of strange things that surely if they were a replicant, they would be taken in for recalibration.
Maybe. Yeah, I think probably a human.
Yeah.
But who's our other one? Maybe they can be a replicant.
The other one, I believe their name is just Year,
Oh, yes,
YEAR. So where would Year fit into?
Maybe that's their like code as a replicant. Maybe they're like Y34R.
Yeah,
There we go.
I kind of like, can they be like in the coffee place that Mel goes to get her coffee, and like they're on some kind of mission, and this is where they stake out, and they've just been sitting there for months.
They've got their own like film noir like investigation going on. There's this whole other plot.
Nothing to do with our plot.
They've got their
at all.
internal monologue going where they're like, "Oh, this coffee smells like coffee.
Golden.
Coffee is now
This
100
coffee
degrees.
smells like coffee.
Yeah,
It's just another day in Blade Runner City.
Blade Runner City. Here we are again.
It's called, not Los Angeles, but yes.
No, it's Blade Runner
No.
City. That's
Blade
Blade
Runner
Runner
City.
City. My bad.
That's my badge.
Right. With all that being said, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all for playing. This has been delightful.
Such good
And
fun.
we will see you next week to run those blades.
Run in the plates, run in the
Run those
plates,
blades.
run in the
Run those
plates,
blades.
run in the
Run those
plates.
blades.